least started like an hour earlier.
Yeah, could have. Anyway, what is going on, everybody? It's me, RDV, and I'm back here once again doing our weekly thing that we do every night that everyone who should know this by now. Apparently, some people don't. We're talking about this week's comic books. And to join me in the beginning, we got Geekeasy, all the way over from Alaska. Hey, you know, when the U.S. version of Canada.
It's still alive, actually.
Right?
So
And then,
2 weeks ago, it was that Monday I wasn't feeling well, and Tuesday I was throwing up. Wednesday it was bad. So Thursday around like noon our time, I said, "I'm gonna go to the ER." And they run a CAT scan and then a sonogram. That's what they do for the pregnant women and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm not pregnant. And they said, "Oh, you have an inflamed gallbladder. It needs to be removed. It's 4:00, and the stream starts at 5 my time." That's why I let you know so late, right? And I was like, they said, "Oh, it's too late now. We can do it in the morning." I said, "Okay, so I got to go home, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, no, we're gonna do it in the morning." So
then, in case something happens, and they have to do the surgery. You're there, but they're not going to do the surgery. They're going to make you wait, regardless.
Yeah, and then so I had to, again last week we had to go to a vigil mass because we were supposed to go Friday, but everyone was going to be.
Apparently, they didn't think it was life-threatening, but yet they still wanted you there for observation.
Yeah, I was getting double-barreled. I had an IV in each arm.
Yeah,
and
not the drug you're used to.
Huh?
You're not used to double barreling. Anything that's not a bottle.
At least not in the arms. Double barreling with arms, but not with something inserted in them.
Oh, they'll have an IV with a full of alcohol. Sure, why not?
I wish. This December it'll be 4 years.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty then. Are you in any programs that you get coins at all, or are you just doing it on your own?
No, I've never gone to a meeting. I haven't gone to one. I had to go to a couple in rehab, but since I got out, you go to those places and it's just a bunch of people whining and complaining, and it makes me want to drink. So it's just like, screw it.
The white liberal Karens.
It's like, well, I went and did this, and I mean, I've taken people to AA meetings before, like when I was still drinking.
Yeah.
And you got to sit here and listen to these horror stories. And I was like, F this. I went right home and would drop the guy off because he couldn't drive. So
you know what I think? Those are all fake. They're all sponsored by the beer companies. They get you to go back and drink again. They're like, yeah. The beer companies are like big pharma. They just want you to keep going.
You can tell who is in the program because they want to be there versus because they have to.
Yeah.
Because you do get some really crabby people. I actually, Jeff, I said that the last meeting I went to. I told the other people there, I said, you're making me want to drink. That didn't go over well.
I have very limited experience in those things. But from what I've seen, you're exchanging one addiction for another. People are dropping the addiction to insert whatever your addiction is, narcotics, booze, whatever, for either the meeting, the attention, or like the coffee or whatever.
Okay, well, here's the thing, though. A substance addiction is a danger to yourself and those around you. An addiction to caffeine is an annoyance to you down the road. So I understand that. But it's just that some people were just so miserable. And at the time, hearing a bunch of people being miserable about something that I was like only 6 months in and could have gone either way, depending on.
You're insensitive. You're a guy. You don't understand this.
But, I kind of, looking back, I wished I had maybe gone to some more meetings because I'm not sure I ever learned how to live sober. And that's not as simple as it sounds.
No.
But, because I I just kind of there's a lot of times I think all I've done is existed the second half of my life.
That's all I'm trying to do right now is not drink. I mean,
that wasn't my problem. I don't know. I said that's before we make our non-existent audience want to drink, maybe we should review.
Well, I know me and Jeff are one of the 3 people watching.
Do I have it on?
Now we have 5. Now we have 5. Okay, so
woohoo!
All right.
King of the world on that one. We got a whole 5.
I would say is anything you have problems with, if you find a coping mechanism that works with you, that can temporarily solve it. But eventually, if you have a really serious issue,
my coping mechanism was booze. But can I use booze to cope with my non-drinking coping mechanism?
So do you really still go through stretches where you're craving a drink?
No. Well, when my father died, I wanted to.
Makes sense easier because you're depressed.
Yeah, and there was a couple of stress moment things, and then I'll see something on TV where like people are sitting there drinking, and it'd be like, oh, that'd be kind of cool, and then you're like, oh wait, I'm not drinking anymore, or sometimes you think about how it would be nice just to be able to tie one on and get drunk just once, but I know that I can't do that. I know that if I was to sit there and just have one drink or get drunk once, it would keep going. So I just have to.
I was a beer snob. So if I saw something like, oh, they're drinking Heineken, that made me not want to drink.
It's been so long for me. I don't even think about. I mean, I've thought, it'd be cool to, day drink once in a while, but it's not. I don't even think of it in the context of, gosh, I wonder if I could. Because I said it's been literally. I mean, I'm close to my mid-60s, and I have been sober for over half of that time.
Nice.
On the back end. I mean, not counting, my childhood.
30. Yeah.
So I mean,
it's
about 25 years.
I'm almost 4 years in. It's what 3-4 months, and I'll be at 4 years. I'm still in the danger period. You know what I mean?
I kind of felt like I was out of danger, within 6 months, but it's each person is different. I mean,
it's kind of like, I mean, I used to smoke, and I got addicted to smoking for a while when I was in high school. I mean, obviously, there's nothing like alcohol, but there are days where I'd be like, I could just have one.
You know, I've found it easier to quit drinking than it's been to quit smoking, because I've quit smoking before.
No question. It's infinitely easier to quit drinking.
See, I was doing I only smoke when I drink, but I was drinking every weekend.
But here's the thing. here's the thing about smoking. Yeah. In addition to nicotine being a lot more addictive than alcohol, I mean, it just is. Yeah. But even with all the social stigmas attached to smoking now,
right?
If you fall off the wagon as a drinker, you've wiped out all the work you've done, and you're putting people in danger again. Blah blah blah. If you haven't smoked for a year and you light up, somebody said, "Oh man, that sucks," and then that's it. Or they'll say, "Go outside." So it's a lot easier to quit. I mean, it's a lot easier to start smoking again without having to deal with the slings and arrows. Yeah. If that makes any sense. And now on to the books.
All right. Just changing some layouts around so you can actually see the stuff up there. Yeah. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books this week. Well, because I found more, Breen.
Of course you did.
But of course. Yeah. So technically only 10. Walking Dead did come out this week. I'm just curious what's going to happen with this. Eventually, it's going to either end, and then knowing Kirkman, now they're like, let's collect it in a trade now. I'm like, it already isn't a trade, but this is color now. So I don't blame them. Like I said, reason I picked these up because I've never had a chance to collect the original ones, and they're expensive, the black and white ones. So when it came around, they're like released. I was like, why not? And I don't know if the original ones have like
because of black and white, or is it just because of a low print run?
Well, it's because they're IP pop RPs and they're showing everything. Jack the prices up on the comic books. First appearance of Negan and stuff. So I don't know if the original ones. I have to go back and look if they had like the cutting room floor and stuff in there in the back. But yeah. Overall, though, I said this has been a very fun book, and you get little mini stories in the back. It's called Small Bites. It's been going on the whole entire time. A little like manga thing. I don't know if we're gonna get more of these as far as like continuing and doing more of the series, continuing it. I don't think so, because Kirkman for the last issue he did a time jump. Now technically he could do a spin-off story from this that takes between those years before we see Carl all grown up and stuff like that. But I mean, like I would love to see the Walking Dead, the Lost Years. Do it, sell it to me. I'll buy it. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, I never say never. That's my motto. But I didn't think we were going to get a Walking Dead in color version. But hey, it's a popular series. I'm surprised there's not Invincible being released in black and white. But this is the original cover in the back. I've been collecting the newer covers because it said it shows the cover in the back, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm getting 2 covers. But overall, it's been a fun series. It's just issue 119. I think it only went for what 139. I can't remember how many issues it went. But yeah, it's easier. It's easier to get the later issues, versus it is to get the earlier issues because the first appearances and all that stuff. I mean, you can buy them, but they're expensive. I don't want. Here's my thing. I really don't. I hate spending more than $5 on a book. Let alone $3. So, if I buy something that's worth more than that's cost more than that, it's because it's something I really love.
Hey, Venkman.
Yeah.
Did you see where someone named Gretchen Felker Martin got suspended from Blue Sky for comments?
Really?
Does that name sound familiar?
I don't know, but I didn't realize that there's a blocking system on there. I thought they're on level.
Did you recognize that name?
I know Gretchen.
That's the Red Hood writer that DC recruited.
Yeah.
So he got suspended by Blue Sky.
Yeah. How do you get suspended on an app that's all about free speech?
Legitimate death threats on J.K. Rowling. So good for them. They're not completely.
I thought they had free speech over there. Those liars.
Well, again, you're not free to yell fire in a crowded movie theater.
Well, that's just crap. What's going on with Geekeasy?
Hey, give me a second. I'm getting the weird message. Let me dip out and then come back in a second. Hold on.
All right. I just now saw your icon go in the backstage, and it says like no camera, then camera.
But that's funny. That was mentioned, and my favorite Outkick writer. It was in an article. So that's kind of like when worlds collide for me.
Yep.
What a jack off.
Right. All right. And hello to Summoner. What's up?
Greetings.
We thank you for watching here instead of watching the guy who's streaming against us over in I Love Comics. He's just showing off books that he doesn't want to sell.
We don't own YouTube.
No, YouTube owns us.
That's right. In Russia, YouTube. YouTube live streams you.
Right? In Russia, YouTube control you. You decides who you will watch. All right. Going on to my actual number 10 for this week is Meet Catwoman. I realized that this series is still going. I thought it was going to be ending soon, but it's still going. This is wrapping up the final arc of the story with her being dealing with the family stuff. Her life is Evie. I love this is Dan Panosian, I think it is. Panosian. Nah, I always want to say Panovision. That's what it reminds me of. Obviously, I love the cat ears and the stuff of the motorcycle, and plus I just love motorcycles in general. You can give you a car thing if you want to, and a thing, but if it's just a motorcycle on a comic book, I really like that. It just sucks that it's not a wrap-around though. But apparently, DC is doing this now. A weekly podcast Gee, I wonder who's talking about that. Someone with blue hair, probably.
Didn't Catwoman used to have boobs?
Calvin?
Catwoman.
Oh. They're there.
You look real close, yeah.
They're probably tightened down, okay? Hey. She's not no black cat.
Sorry, we got it. We did just get Power Girl back, so I mean, I guess I was being greedy.
Well, they had to go somewhere.
Yeah,
so this is the main cover. So is this over? What threw me off? This is an oversized issue for $4.99. It's I think it's like 40 pages. I wouldn't call that oversized, but her pretty much taking what she's been doing. She's been going around and collecting the keys. The guy she used to work for, or the family, the father, had basically left he had a vault. He kept on everybody information stuff, and she wanted to get her dossier out there, basically because the guy had information on her real identity and stuff. Plus, she wanted to see what else is in there too. And the guy crafted these like 5 different like skeleton keys. They're basically they have like these chips in them that only work. You can't copy them. Geekeasy. Do I stay or do I go? That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm hearing that song every time he pops in and out.
Oh,
I'm going to switch to...
What is it bothering you on a personal level?
Okay,
let's pipe down, review your books. Jeff, get it together. Ah!
Well, I'm gonna stop letting him in because if he pops in, so and he's gone again.
Wow. Take the win. I mean,
take
hurry back, Jeff.
Overall, like I said, so going through here, I said this is the art, the book right now. This I forget who it's Bayreuth. Does it say here in the cover? No, of course it doesn't freaking say. Why would they say on the? I get a last name. That's it. That's what I hate about comic books. Usually have the credits in the interior page, and it lists like the writer, artist, and stuff. They don't do that shit anymore.
Yeah, those were the days,
right? Because now they don't even want to give you credit. Like, here's the last name. Who is that person? I don't know. That's one of the 1,000 people with that last name.
Or they've got like the movie screen credits that take up 2 pages.
Yeah,
like
literally,
everything.
That's your writing credit in the bottom corner here. So
I'm sure they have it somewhere.
It's right there. What about the UPC?
No, I mean inside the book.
Oh, inside the book? It's probably maybe it's the very end. Because literally, this is the cover, and then here's the exact interior page.
Now do they now flip the page again though? See if they have like the 2-page credits like the.
No. I'm going through it.
Maybe they're in the back then.
Maybe. Mortal Batman. Yeah, there they are. Very last page.
Yeah.
I notice a lot of them are doing that lately too. I don't understand that.
Oh, because a lot of times movies do the opening credits at the end now.
So you can see this is Danilo Bayreuth, probably a Brazilian artist. This actually series picked up towards the end here because now that she's pretty much bumped off like all the siblings or squabblings who are basically who hate each other, fighting for the fortune because they figured their dad was rich. Turns out the person who had originally put the hit on Selena was actually the mother of the family, and turns out that she basically had a affair, I guess, outside of wedlock with another man, and she pretty much was going to. She didn't want anybody to know. Phone time.
I got to do it on my phone, but I guess it's
Is your internet down or something on your PC?
It's my my webcam. It just started giving me, just all of a sudden started saying it was giving me issues and stuff. So I'm going to have to at some point
go to Walmart and get one for like $30 or whatever.
Yeah, and obviously can't do that now, but
no, you can. You could do it, Jeff. I believe in you. So it's her. Basically, she goes to confront them, and she's gonna go into the vault and basically get in there. But she calls the brother and like the guy says like I have the key if you want but I'll meet you here and he's like so and she reveals and say hey I know something about you don't know it's like she's like and it basically hints at that he might not be his father's son. He's basically a bastard. He calls his mom and he's surprised to learn that she's the one that put the hit out on Selena. So he goes to basically interrogate his mom. Selena gets all dolled up in her basically her Catwoman costume, something that she really rarely has been doing this whole entire series, which kind of I haven't really liked it. It's like when Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale did When in Rome, that was a one and done story. This feels like this is When in Rome forever, you know. But I guess this is their thing. They don't want to do. They don't want to do a Bat-Cat story. They want to have Selena do her own story, which I guess is okay if you like that. I like, but at least have her beat Catwoman, most of the time. So, so basically, she goes in, takes out the guard. She goes in there, and while these two basically are talking, she goes into the room with the keys that she has, and pretty much goes in. She finds files. Apparently, this guy had files on Selena Kyle, Lisa Falcone, Carmine Falcone, Shota Carria. I'm not who that is. Roman Simonis, and so he has all these different information on there. So she's looking through it. She's like, okay, it's the story is getting deeper now because why does this guy have information on all these different crime bosses? Who is he really? And she decides, well, I don't want any files. My files being, and then she glances, I guess, and then decides to burn everything.
I know who Roman Sionis is.
Yeah, that's the Black Mask.
Mask of Color.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Mask of Color. But overall, like I said, the fire breaks out. And she stabs the guy in the leg, and then he gets killed. And after she throws she threw a bottle at him, and as he's laying there being stabbed, his mom comes in and he shoots her, thinking that it's basically Selena Kyle. The only problem is though that his mom she's marrying a guy and he's running for president. Can't have any black marks on her record, so she decides to basically, she kills him, shoots him in the head, and then she basically says, Selena Kyle or whatever, she says like, "I'm going to kill you," and then Selena just leaves there, jumps out the window, was in flames. Like I said, not the most compelling Catwoman story. Obviously, Chuck Dixon did a lot better, and I think it was even what's her name? Took after was Gail Simone?
No. Mary Jo Duffy.
Mary Jo Duffy was first. Then Chuck Dixon.
Was she?
Yeah. I think because didn't Gail Simone have a run too on Catwoman? Or was it Chuck Dixon all the way through?
No, but it wasn't. It wasn't Gail Simone because she hadn't started writing yet because this was still the 90s.
Because wasn't she doing Birds of Prey? When was that? Or
that was early 2000s.
Maybe I'm getting confused. Maybe she took over Birds of Prey from Chuck Dixon.
That she did do that, yes.
Okay, that's what I'm confused. So maybe Chuck Dixon went all the way through then. Because I know Mary Jo Duffy started off, and that whole entire series, he had interactions with Batman in the beginning during when his back was broken by Bane and stuff, and doing Azrael, and then and then dealing with Bane, we get through Catwoman's story, we get to learn more about Bane and stuff, his father and stuff, and just the whole series was great. But I don't know. So I don't know if it's just Torrin Grunberg not understanding the character, or if it's just Marie Javin, whoever the editor is they're saying, hey, we can't do this, can't do this, can't do this. I don't know what's being limited at DC at this point. Obviously, I know they want a certain agenda stuff, just but not as bad as Marvel. Because it seems like at least with DC, there's a struggle between what they want in their books. All right. Then we got to number 9, Resident Alien. Really cool series. But having fun with this. And I don't know. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a 3 issue. Okay, so I guess it'll be four issues. And this is just one of my niche things. It's not the best book, but it's just something where I can read it and there's nothing like I'm really being pushed in there, that it didn't really bother me. Like a lot of books you get in there and there's a lot of like uh politics put in there needlessly and stuff, this is a series that's basically spawned the hit show on USA. But like I said, I always talk about this. It's so weird because after watching the show on USA, which is a totally different style, where it's all comedy, this is serious with some dry humor. Like it is just like complete opposites, and I'm kind of thankful for that because I'm still getting this, which I do like. And I was able to watch a show with Alan Tudyk. I do recommend watching that if you're basically for shows that are skirting and saying, you know what, we're not PC culture here. We're actually going to tell jokes. Go check out Resident Alien. All 4 seasons are available to watch right now. And they wrapped it up. You have to get canceled. It actually had a good ending. But so basically in this version though, unlike the show, Harry is actually the alien took over. Then the guy got Harry's what was his name? Vanderspiegel. His life as a town doctor and stuff. And where he meets Asta, who is a Native American, who's the only one who basically, is a nurse. But she's the only one that can see his true form. Unlike where the show they created this kid little Max. So in this thing, she ends up like basically falling in love with him, and they end up getting having a kid together. And now his people are visiting because and they talk about this issue. Originally, Earth was going to be destroyed, or at least or not destroyed, but it's just like they didn't think it was worth investing time into. And only because they come here, it says like because now that you have a daughter, now Earth is now eligible to become part of the coalition of like planets and stuff. And so they're going to investigate that. The only thing that's kind of weird in here, and I kind of rolled my eyes. Well, not weird, but so there's this agent guy who basically was originally hunting down Harry in the original series, the FBI agent stuff, Black Ops. He ends at the end of the last book series. He ended up leaving with Harry's people and going back to their planet. And now they come back, you find out that he's gay. I don't know if that was a virtue signal or whatever, but it's not really talked about a lot though. It's just kind of brought up like, oh yeah, we're together. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. I just felt kind of weird. Like, why was it in there? But overall, kind of it's so basically so now they're here. They're gonna like he's gonna show them around, and they're gonna decide whether if Earth is under the protection of the coalition of planets eligible, and Harry's got to show everybody around. There's no really the problem with this series is that there's never a threat. It's like a slice of life. There's never like an immediate threat in this where like he's got to do this and stuff. It's not an action book, and maybe that's why I like it because it's just different from everything else I read. You could say it's boring. I will not like say like, oh, you're totally wrong. I'll say that because there are parts of this where the series is like, all right, it's like getting an updated computer. Okay, that happened. It's like it's not really compelling, but I still for one weird reason I'm drawn to this series, and I'm looking forward to see where they go next with these characters.
Summoner, the Wade series, like if the Miller thing's even still canon, it takes place after that because it's his first year with Dick Grayson, and I know they did that in Batman. No, so that was Tim Drake. I can't remember, but no, it's a new telling.
Yeah,
it's actually really good.
Yeah, shockingly, as I said, some of these writers, like I said, obviously Mark Waid's a complete asshole. Don't agree with his politics, but he has enough respect for the characters not to put them into shit they don't belong.
But you know what book is really going downhill of his? World's Finest. It's just blah now.
Probably because he's been on the book for 40 issues now.
Oh, but he's had protracted runs before. I just don't know. Is it maybe it's
He's
not like them?
He's got year one. He's going to be taking over and doing another series
Well,
too.
he's stretched out because he's doing
Yeah.
Justice League. Year
Josh
one.
Williamson, Jeremy Adams, Josh Williamson, and Mark Waid are the ones that are pretty much running DC right now. At least as far as for most of the titles, but and then you have the Absolute Universe, which is outselling all those books.
Yeah.
Still a shocker.
No, not really. When you realize that the comic book industry, the comic book fandom, has always chased the shiny penny.
But here's my thing. Maybe it's because the grass is greener in this Absolute Universe because they're tired of all the crap they're putting in the continuity. This one's out kind of continuity. There's not much skin in the game. They can.
I think I was reading Alter Ego today.
Yeah,
and it's another Neil Adams tribute, and he kind of said it. He goes, all through comics history, the best books have not sold well. I
tell you, it's the same thing with movies. A movie flops the box office, and then people discover it later, and it gets a whole new resurgence and becomes a cult classic.
Well, I'd say it's more prevalent in music, but
I'm just
almost got canceled because it wasn't selling for a while.
What's that?
Go ahead.
Detective Comics, I think it was almost canceled in the 70s or 80s.
Well, it was the 70s, and and it was weird because that book was way better than Batman at the time, but I digress.
Yeah. Number 8, Vampirella Armageddon. Vampirella is in hell. And pretty much we get a retelling from her partner, basically the werewolf that was helping her in the lower parts of the city that they're living in. Basically, because if you're not following this Vampirella series, if you ever read Vampirella Strikes or just Vampirella, Vengeance of Vampirella from the 90s, you're gonna be lost going into this. In this series, this is a continuation of Vengeance of Vampirella when the Vampirella Strikes back in the 90s, and then they continued it story and they inherit Harris, and then they came back in the 2019 and then did this series, continued it, did another 25 issues and brought Vampirella back to life in that series. The world at that point had been completely overrun by demons and destroyed, so humans were pretty much like scarce and like think of new Terminator, the future, how everything's just completely just leveled. That's pretty much what Earth was like. Except instead of robots, they had monsters and stuff. And so Vampirella's brought back, destroys the goddess Nyx, who basically took over and killed her. And they tried to, with the Dance Corporation, they rebuild it and try to basically restore order and having like humans living alongside the ghouls, the monsters, that basically were innocent and stuff, And of course, because when you have a society where they're forced to come back together, being segregated for so long, whatever, and now it's like there's high tension and everything. There's the upper class, and then there's the middle class, and then there's the super lower class down below, and all the monsters and ghouls, the ones that don't look like humans, the ones that are scary looking, were forced to live on the bottom section, and so they were being oppressed. So Vampirella decides to basically, when she figures this out, she decides to basically use, it says ignoring the Dance Corporation, who are basically the government, and said, I'm going to go help them out. And the problem is that she didn't really tell anybody, though. And she's been working with this werewolf guy who basically was helping her track down people that were getting killed or slaughtered in ritual stuff. And the last issue, basically, they were trying to stop another thing. People are getting abducted, and she got yeeted into hell from a spell. And so now he's talking to Vampirella's friends and explaining to him what's going on. At first, they don't believe him. He's like, dude, what reason would I have to lie? Oh yeah, Greg Pak's doing a supernatural comic book. I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe good. I don't know, but I can tell that does not look like Dean. And then that's Sam on the right, but that's supposed to be Dean. I don't know about that. Looks like Patrick Flannery. But anyway, so Vampirella is like, she's in hell. She's come across these scavengers. They bring her back to this cave, and they're all deciding what they want to do with her. They're starving. They're running out of food in hell because hell basically it's torturous. There's really scarce anything that survives down there. And the big old dude comes up. He says like, "Nope, I'm the leader. I'm in charge. I'll do whatever I want. Maybe I'll have some pleasure with her first." And the reason she looks that way because in hell, all it is just sand. Imagine a sandstorm, and it just cuts your flesh off. That's all it is. Constant. So she says, well, fuck that. I ain't going to be your concubine. Decides to bite the ghoul, drink his blood, and heal herself. And because she killed the leader, they basically say, oh, you are the leader now. We bow down, worship you now. The whole ruse thing. Meanwhile, up on Earth, they talk to the Hellhound, who would help them in the overthrow of Nyx. He'd been resting for all these weeks stuff because he was injured, and they talked to him, and pretty much through his help, they tracked. They basically say that Vampirella's in hell. That's where she's at. Also, we get a preview of this. Fred Van Lente, who I just feel like he's become one of the worst writers at Dynamite. Is doing a Dynamite again. This would be like the third volume, I think, of this series. Third time doing this.
Is that Red Sonja and Vampirella? Or is that all of them?
It's all of them together.
Is it zombies or?
So it says Blood Red. So the ravaging undead return. They resume their feasting upon the living in the newest blood-curdling chapter of Dynamite's all-star super group of Avengers dystopic future. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. You're still basically now that they bow to her, and this other demon, like the guy who was basically in charge of sending souls down the hell, he's like, his boss is like, dude, where you been? It's like, I had to lay low. Vampirella got involved. He's like, what? He's like, yeah. I was like, don't worry though. She got killed though. She was dead before she fell through the portal. He's like, what? The bitch is in hell? Of course, now Vampirella, or not Vampirella, but yeah, it is Vampirella on the thing. It looked almost like it was Xena at first. They decided they're gonna hunt down some animals, kill it like a little ostrich for food. Of course, they didn't tell she didn't realize is there is a giant sandworm. That's they said it normally doesn't come out this far, but for whatever reason, it's coming in bolder in this area. So it's gonna be a Vampirella versus the sandworm in this issue. And of course, at the end, they take him. He confirms that she's in hell. So I will take this book over by Tom Sinofsky over anything that Christopher Priest does at Dynamite, because he doesn't even try. Or I don't know if he, as I said, I don't know what's his deal, but everything he writes at Dynamite just sucks compared to what he's done at Marvel and DC.
As the kids would say, his Vampirella, it's a choice.
It's a choice to read it too, right? Ugh.
No, it's a chore.
Vampirella Dune crossover. So what's funny is that sandworm has been around since freaking Tremors. You also have Dune. It's also popped up recently, and Dan they had a big giant monster like that. Sandworm. It was like a demon worm. It's crazy. All right. Number 7 for this week is Thundercats Lost. Finally tying into the main Thundercats series. We get to learn more about what happened to Bengali and where he went during the attacks of his people when they landed on Third Earth. Him basically looking for the Book of Omens, and he finds basically in this issue he basically finds a way to survive, and builds himself a brand new freaking Thunder Hammer, which I want. That looks so cool. Looks like you know what it reminds you of? The Pico hammers that Amy Rose has in the Sonic games. But yeah, so he basically he leaves a hologram, and then it's just basically all tying up all the. This is the other side because in the Thundercats and in the other Lost and the Thundercats main series, they've already found stuff that this guy left, and they actually in the main Thundercats book they found Bengali. He was inside Stacy's pod in the desert. So this is just kind of tying up loose ends, and let's just say it's hammer time a lot in this thing. And that's kind of like, well, yeah. We here's the other thing. Here's go. We get a freaking lobster shark on this, and yeah, it ends with him basically like with Thundercats, where Panther had found him. So I'm guessing if Panther found him like this, Panther must be the one that put him inside a stasis pod, because they didn't explain that. They just said like he just found him in a pod. He's in a pod. That's it. They didn't say where. So, but it's been okay book, but I like the fact they're tying up the ends, and that's at Ed Brisson tying up loose ends for Declan Shavely. All right, number 6 this week, and I did pull the trigger on this. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but Justice League Red. It's a Black Ops team, which we kind of figured it was, just like X-Force and stuff of this. But this is like, yeah, this is like kind of like Secret Avengers in that sense. I don't really care for Red Canary or Simon Baz. I think they're two of the most boring characters DC's made. I do like the fact we're getting more Redman or Deadman, and then Cyborg just looks like freaking awesome. And they don't mention Paige whatsoever in this. But basically, it's
Zach.
What's up, Zach?
Yo.
Zach, have you read this yet?
No, I didn't find out about it until after I got out of the comic shop yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to spoil it.
I'll just mute you.
That's okay. So basically, what's his name's been running algorithms and stuff, as far as Red Tornado about possible endings of humanity and stuff like that, and he decides, no matter what happens, and every time he runs a simulation, whatever, the result's always the same. Every time the League is together, something terrible happens. So he's decided where he's gonna put this crew together. I still like how they have that in the bottom here. So he's still in the Justice League cartoon intro. That he's going to assemble a team. I wouldn't say it's the best writing, but this is Saladin Ahmed. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of his, but overall, I'd say it's an average book, average storytelling so far. Kind of world building still, in the beginning, but not like Jeff Johns level. So if you're expecting that, you're not going to get that. But basically, everyone, and now if you've been buying comic books late in the past year, they've been handing out these little Justice League cards. So now these are all come back into play now. So basically, these cards, usually when they get a call, it alerts, and they have to, But this time they're like, "What the heck? Why is it going red?" They don't know why. But certain members of the team, their cards are blinking red. We get Power Girl in here, basically taking on the street demons, and they're gonna start stealing from Star Lab, and she shows up and she basically says no, uses her freeze breath on him, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't really see that in comics. Do you? Do you, Zach or Breen?
What?
Superman? Do Superman use a super breath at all?
I don't remember the last time he used it, honestly.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool that they kind of remind us, hey, they can freeze people with their breath. And so they're all called to this little tower area here, the watchtower, and there's a little ship outside there. And Simon Baz runs into Power Girl, and they're like, okay, why are we here? She's like, he's like, did you sell this? Did you send a message? No, I didn't send a message. And he's like, all right. It says, so Red says, it basically says, the revival of the Justice League has happened quickly with its little attention paid to their potential long-term ramifications. It's only logical that Superman, Wonder Woman, Batwoman, and Justice League was founded by people of action. But I'm not a person at all anymore. If I ever was. It says my function is to see what they miss. I can only do that by thinking like a machine, not about only about the threats the Justice League faces, but about those we might inadvertently pose. The number of unstable superhumans and aliens in play, the collective power of levels included. In my role as the League's eyes and ears, I run thousands of threat simulations powered by the unprecedentedly precise algorithms. And every single one predicts that in fact, our information of the League that will eventually lead to Earth's catastrophic collapse, unless a few people act decisively and discreetly to ensure a different statistical outcome. Yeah. It says every single instance where I report my findings to the larger group leads to regrettable circumstances. But so basically, those two are recruited so far in the beginning of this. So they haven't really showed anybody else. It's just basically a Power Girl and Simon Baz basically doing a mission for another planet for Red Tornado. So you get a mech fight. I know exactly like Power Girl is actually just shown as just being Power Girl punching things. Yeah. I do like the fact that they do have a little bit of banter back and forth. It's like, and then of course this art here has just been fun. Getting Supergirl looking thick, bro, and not that horrible art we got on her other series here, her solo series, Leah Thompson or Leah Thompson, or whatever, Leah Williams, I think it was.
Yeah. Leah Thompson's the actress, I think.
Yeah, Leah Williamson, I think, is the girl. Yeah, the writer's name. Overall, like I said, it's been a fun series. And of course, the big bad villain, they're going to be going against next is Black Adam. So the whole team hasn't even been so far. It's just Power Girl and Simon Baz and Red Tornado, and then they haven't introduced the other three yet. So I don't know what to make of this. I'm not a big solid. Like I said, his Daredevil run was shit, and it was full of a lot of Islam pro messages and stuff like that. So I was like, there's no religion mixed in this. Not yet. Hopefully. Hopefully not whatsoever, but I don't know.
Baz is trying to tell her to cover up.
Yeah, I know, right? Cover up with a blanket with me under it. All right, but you guys can let Zach go. That was my number 6 for this week. Get the top 5 going here. Welcome back there, little guy.
What is that supposed to mean? I got more books than you.
Okay. Do you want a cookie?
Sure, you get what kind you got.
and you technically don't have more books than me. You just have 2 books from this week and last week.
No, not 2 books. I wish it was 2 books.
Zach, when you posted that on X today, I was looking for gifts that said "Congratulations, won a cookie."
Such a positive group of people that I'm friends with.
The takeaway from that is how terrified I am that Venkman thinks like me now.
It's not the first incident. We've had a lot.
No shit.
All right, number 5, Battle Beasts. they're on the prince's home planet looking for his sister, who's like the ultimate kind of life form, and they come across their ships are destroyed by these bird-looking characters, and instead of fighting them, They lick them, and they basically want to be like the pets. Of course, when the guy comes out, they're gonna growl him because they don't trust him. So he usually growls back. He's like, he's with me, and so they make a bonding with them, and as they go through, they're riding the birds, the things. It always runs into the chocobo birds, whatever they're called. They're from Final Fantasy. They come across this incredibly good-looking babe in a Princess Leia outfit who's basically in a bear trap. And Val's like, I don't care. Sorry. No time or trust. And the dude's like, we can't just leave her there. So he's like, fine, we'll do it, whatever. You're on your own. And then she kisses him, and then she knocks him out. And then she reveals that she's not who she says she is, because he's actually the old-looking hag. That's on the cover. And she's going to eat them. And as there's basically she's explaining what she's going to do to them. And it's finally revealed that the prince actually recognized who she used to be his wizard and his plan and stuff. So she ends up sparing his life. And not only this is that the beast comes in to save the battle beast, who's still kind of paralyzed on the ground. Brings in the dagger that was from the beast original that was locked up, the behemoth called Colossus monster. That's hard to kill, and that's on his claws. And recognizing that, she decides to make Battle Beast a freaking sword, man. And I guess so he rides off with the prince. The prince is giving some kind of elixir that'll eventually grow his missing limbs back. But meanwhile he still has to be inside his suit or his robot armor. They keep the AI personality because the ship is going to die with the ship because it's destroyed. The young prince decided to basically download it into the AI into his what's left, or he gets some free memory space on his suit, his armor, and. So we get to the castle. That's what it used to be, the royal palace. What's left of it. Apparently, it's been 1,000 years since this guy's prince was here, but he was locked away on that prison space or space prison. And we get in here where we show it's like there's one of the loyal servants in here telling my queen, whatever. You should be pleased. We stopped the upsurge. We killed all of them. She just rips them in half and eats them. And that's how it kind of ends. So I'm not sure how long this is going to be. If it's going to be a maxi series or whatever. This is issue 4, but it's been fun. Let me show you all the different covers on the back. Honestly, I don't really care how long this goes. I mean, I'd love to have more, but I'm enjoying Ryan Otley's art on here and Robert Kirkman's storytelling. Alrighty, number 4 for me this week is G.I. Joe. The two girls continue to fight because if they don't, he's got Brother Blood or whatever his name is, or Baron Blood. I don't know. Can't remember what his name is here. It doesn't really matter. He's a pointless character. He's gonna have the Baroness's parents killed if they don't. So, and she basically says, "Well, I'm not gonna kill them." And he basically called her bluff. The best part about this whole entire book is I don't even care about what's happening in the cover. That's boring to me. Is we get Clutch talking to I believe it's Ironhide, and they're gonna look for more Energon. Meanwhile, Destro basically has been talking to his mistress, and he decides to basically go into the lab that he's not allowed to go into by commander. And he discovers some horrific stuff in there. And he basically he's like, man, to know what's going on here, pretty much. So,
okay, for the untrained G.I. Joe fan, it's Major Blood, not Sergeant Blood.
I didn't say Sergeant Blood.
You said Sergeant.
No, I didn't. I said Baron Blood or Brother Blood.
So
untrained panelist who doesn't even pay attention.
I know it's Major Blood. Also, that's Hound. It's been Hound for the last 3 or 4 issues.
Dude, it's been how long since this book has come out? I have to wait a month in between.
The Transformers all look different. Where's Jay? He'll back me up.
There's 30 fucking million different Transformers, okay?
And they all look different.
There's literally
So
there's
it's almost like there's more than meets the eye.
Oh,
all right.
that was good.
Like I said,
That was good.
blood, whatever, bitch, doesn't make a difference. He's pointless. He's a horrible villain. He's a side quest villain.
It doesn't matter, bitch.
It's like, to me, he's like the crappy version of Victor Zsasz. You know. Anyway, the girls end up tricking him because he's an idiot, and escaping because he's a fucking idiot. I said, like he's a pointless character. He's just there for them to make the girls look awesome. That's all he is there. They turn.
Dude just hits the ball to shortstop. Shortstop has to wait
Yeah.
for the severed bat to not hit him, and then go get the ball and still throws the guy out by 5 feet.
Oof.
Clutch and Hound go to the former Mars base, and they're looking for Energon, only to be and I guess this is supposed to be what's his name? Flint? Flint, whatever.
Risk.
Flint,
No, that's Risk.
I love you. Oh,
It's Risk.
He's a newer
Okay.
G.I. Joe character.
Yeah. Tonkin Jr. It looks like freaking Wolverine's son. Follow them, and thinks he's working for Cobra. It turns out Cobra's like, "You ain't working for us. We're gonna kill you both, though." And I love it because like the dude, it literally looks like freaking John Cena now. Everyone's drawn like John Cena when they're a big bad villain now, muscular villain. And they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna take you out now." And of course, they're not, because the Transformers right behind them is gonna kill all of them. So, and that's kind of how it ends. I said this has actually been a fun series, but not as fun as these top three here, though. Hyde Street. And the reason she's on the cover because she's in the book. She has a little cameo. That's it. But also because we wanted the freaking Gary Frank cover. Why not? Oh yeah, and Rook's supposed to be coming back soon. Well, they got a hardcover coming on sale soon in October. So imagine the series probably coming back soon.
It is.
If not this month, next month. I love Hyde Street is bringing all of the characters, all the side cover books, characters all together. Devour, Mr. X, Scout, Frankenstein, now Sister, whatever her name is, the Sisterhood, whatever. She starts off in the very beginning here with this guy who's basically been embezzling from everybody and caused people to commit suicide. He basically ruined all of his lives, and now he wants her to make everything all go away. And he says, "As a price, well, let's look at the cards." Apparently, the cards wanted to kill him, and he decides to get scared, runs away, and then it shows her true face, which we have not seen yet. This was the first appearance of her without her veil over her face, because we do have the Sisterhood book. I guess it's called. What's it called? Is it called Sisterhood?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going on. So we get a small story with her in the beginning, and then we got Pranky. Took the mask last time and put it on to a werewolf, and now he's stuck being a werewolf, and he blames Mr. X. He's like, "Well, you broke in my room, and you took the mask. So how is it my fault if you did it yourself?" And he's like, "That's not the point. You tricked me somehow. I know it." He's like, "We get this off," and he's like, "Yeah, we can't really get it off, but here, let's." And then he basically says, "Well, I'll kill your. Oh, you don't think zombie? I'm gonna kill all your little mermaid people." He's like, "I wouldn't do that. They'll just to kill you. They'll maul your face off." And I love it because, so when they end up leaving, one of the little piranha guys like, "I'm free," gets out. So I'm curious what's gonna happen with him. They're walking by, they're arguing, they walk by the Devour shop, So here's our small cameo. And they come across, they go to the doctor. Dr. Ego. And you know, everyone who's there, everyone who's in on Hyde Street has a reason why they're there. They're not the nicest people. And of course, we get this classic story, little panel here with the two nurses talking, ignoring him. They're too busy gossiping. Because it's like, I love that trope. And he barely slams his face. He's like, "Excuse me." He's like, "Oh, come on. There's no need to shout." He's like, "This is a doctor's office after all. People are sick. Now, if you've already signed in, take a seat and wait like everyone else." It's like, and then they just keep talking again and stuff. And then he's like, he said his emergency. He's like, emergency. He's like, the doctor's busy. And then you hear a scream. He's like, oh, sounds like they're just getting started. And I love this. I just love the art on this, everything. Like, he's like, dude, where's the morphine? Oh, he's like, do you know what my father taught me, Mr. DeVries? He said pain meant you were on the right track. Of course, he gets interrupted. And he's like, I'm in the middle of something. And it's revealed that, so he basically looks at, he's like, yeah, there's basically the mask is stuck to your face, Pranky. There's nothing they can do. It's becoming one with your flesh, So he takes Mr. X-Ray's glasses, who tells him, hey, don't do that. There's kinds of consequences. And he puts them on Pranky's face. He says, that basically he says, you know the truth about my specs. People don't wear my glasses. The glasses wear them. And of course we get an origin story, kind of like with Pranky back in his flashback with his mom being alive and everything.
Glasses are Russian.
Yeah, right.
You.
Yeah, right. And of course, sister goes up to Frankenstein. I need your help. The butcher of Hyde Street, And at the end, it shows them two. It's kind of like talking. It's like, so next is the Strange Life and Surgical Crimes of Dr. Ego. I am just looking forward to these books. Are just getting awesome. I said, eventually these are going to be my number one books every week because they're just getting better with each issue. All right. So they're like, wow, Bankman, you really sold that one. You really like that one. What could possibly be better? And you're going to laugh. This is where it brain disowns you. I don't. This series has been a part of my childhood as far as I'll go back to watching the first cartoon when growing up, and it's just stuck with me ever since. I just really love the character. And Daniel Kibble Smith, yes, his last name is actually Kibble Smith, along with Carlo Loro and Andrea Izzo doing the art and color, pretty much capture the 90s feeling. It's basically when the internet was first created, because this company, secret government company, created the internet in this series.
What number is that for you?
There's number 2.
Your number 2 book is by a guy who was frightened by the masculinity of the original New Warriors characters.
Wow. You know what? I gotta agree with him, because the New Warriors are scary. No one should ever read that crap.
But yeah,
Are you getting some of them yet, Pa?
He was the guy that did the New Warriors.
He was the one that did the internet gas and the same space as Snowflake New Warriors.
But here's the difference though. He's on Dynamite. He's not he's not going hard left.
No. He's
very.
He might not be in this book, but he is a real life. He makes Dennis Camp look macho.
I'm just saying, like Mark Waid, he doesn't put it into the book.
Well, he does. He just didn't put it in that one. So I said, yeah.
Well, first of all, you're working at Marvel. Marvel expects you to put it in the book. That's why Marvel is nowhere near DC's level. Anyway, getting back to my story, for a kid's book, so Megavolt hears about this. Everything's now connected to the internet, and even he would have the joke about the stupid the guy working at the library, prison library. He says so this internet thing. What's wrong with the old catalog? It's like information, electrical signals, and sends them through the phone lines. But I can't make heads or tails of it. So basically, makes fun of the people who bring it. It's classic trope. But Megavolt decides like, oh, okay, and he basically uses this basically to take over Duckburg or whatever they're in. I forget what. St. Canard. That's what it is. Yeah, and so Darkwing Middle-aged has to basically go into the series, go into the, as you would cartoon way, go into the internet and battle him. So we get Tron, in a sense. And he finds Jeeves. He asks, hey, have you seen a guy? And he asks Jeeves. So we get these little, like, stuff, little throwbacks. And then we get introduced to things like, cookies. And the cookie stuff. Like this, very, very internet punny. And he ends up basically battling him through this. I just love the simple humor of this stuff. So, honestly, it just brings out my inner child, and to me, that's more fun. So at the end, he ends up defeating him with the help of Goslin, and she plays her game, takes him out. He's pinned down. And it's on the news revealed, that Darkwing Duck, defeated stuff. But at the very end, it says like, yeah, we decided we don't want the internet, so they just basically just destroy the computer. It's like internet was too much. It said, nobody wanted the dial-up noise and all that stuff. So it wasn't worth it. So they just realized that, yeah, we're back to basically interacting with people instead of spending time on the internet.
They just decided to shut down dial-up. I didn't even realize that was going on. AOL is now finally just shutting it down.
I don't think they really shut it down. I think it's just been shut down a long time ago. It's like that. So
I heard about that too. It's sort of like there's still laws in certain places where it's illegal to drive without a horse in front of a carriage holding a lantern. It's just never been taken off the books.
Yeah.
It's like the computer equivalent of that.
Yeah. Says breaking news as it quickly came to Night Canard officials declared that internet was a bad idea. We are now being advised to resume hanging out in real life, talking on the phone, and mailing birthday cards. In other words, back to normal life. So I thought that was actually kind of cool with the tongue-in-cheek humor. And I'm always for kids books that are safe for kids to read. There ain't many of those, and apparently Disney is going to do a Stitch book. So never watched the movie. So
maybe he's found his calling.
That's kind of alarming because he seems like the kind of I've seen his picture. He doesn't look like the kind of guy you want to be around kids.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
We're probably making really good
alarming.
Books, but
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, show me a picture of him, and then I was like, no, I don't want to see it.
And these are probably some ducks he probably won't question his manhood or threaten his manhood.
This is the J Elite cover for Stitch. Notice something?
It's his best cover ever.
Look at the one in the middle here, the blue one. Notice it looks actually like an alien. But anyway, so very fun series. Number one book of the week though is Batman and Robin. Just when I think this book can't get any better than it is. The Clayface now, and pretty much they Clayface impersonating the general, and as he convinced people to save money on their car insurance and stuff, And he basically, if this was a insurance commercial, this would be like Clayface impersonating as a general and taking out the Geico. Just fun series. And it gets all of the players though to work together. Carmine Falcone and all of them. Every you got Commissioner Loeb, and which is actually the first time I don't think we ever seen Commissioner Loeb in this series yet. So that's first. Maroney and all them.
Don't forget, it was full of Easter eggs.
Yeah,
Commissioner Loeb, and all the streets that were mentioned were named after Silver Age artists.
Yep. So their whole goal is pretty much to take over the entire city.
The entire city!
And the three
Yeah.
Yeah. And they started replacing everybody. So Batman and Robin jump in the car, and I love there's a Robin signal because Robin's making it in the light.
My favorite part is we could save a lot of time if we just had like a bat phone. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, save a lot of time, like a bat phone for him to call. Stop. And then Robin's like, he thinks a little simple. He's like, thoughts? And he's like, it's like, and Commissioner Gordon's like, don't play around with this kid. After a half an hour or so, it gets hotter than a griddle. And Batman's like, ignore him. And he word on the general. And he's like, I have he's like, the word is he's turned tail and left Gotham. What? Jim, that can't be right. He's made too much progress. What's your source? I have a couple men on the inside. Really? You never mentioned. And then he notices that his hand is melting. Next, he has the thing. And so Jim Gordon is basically a Clayface thing, and turns out all the cops are too. And there's an APB put out for capture Batman dead or alive through this whole entire issue. So we get this awesome car chase going through there. And I'm trying to see where the actual street signs are. I haven't seen them yet. Maybe they're later in the book, but overall, it's just been fun with this. And this is, I believe this is Chris Sandy. Yeah, Chris Sandy's doing all the art in there. And I love how, like, as they're driving, it's like, and like, they're about to get rid of, they have nowhere to go. So what? And I love how Robin's expression is like, what are you doing? And Bruce steps on the accelerator. They go faster. He's like, what are you doing? It's like, and then they get the jet engine. Just get the rocket power. They're able to leap over it onto another part of the bridge. And of course, a rocket shot at them from the helicopter, and they end up getting killed seemingly. The car crashes into the river, and I love how Robin's like, it's like, dude, it's like, it had ejector doors. He's like, I'm always prepared. How much of that pile of flaming metal set you back? Take the win. Win? Yeah. So basically, because everybody thinks they're dead. So basically, in this series, it's really the end is that they've replaced everybody. Everyone is now Clayface. We don't know. Here's the thing, though. The guy in the very beginning was taken in and given an injection. So I don't know if that's supposed to be Clayface in the beginning. Green, do you have any idea who that's supposed to be?
What's that?
Is this supposed to be a flashback with the general turning Clayface into Clayface?
I guess.
Because I didn't really say. It says like it's. I'm sorry about your dad, General Jamal. He's like he was old. He's like apology. Is that why I'm here, Doc? He have a cure, for his illness. He's like sort of. I think. He's even a good soldier at Brumley. I don't know who Brumley is. You're being promoted. He's like, don't turn me into one of those monsters. He's like, don't worry. We perfected the form. No more monstrosity. Something better. So I don't know who Brumley is going to be. What he's going to turn into. Unless he's going to be the next Clayface. But Rupert Thorne, I love seeing him in here. And just all the different characters. Still looking to see if they have the street names, though. I didn't see them. So, but overall, and I said this is like I said, Zach, if you're not reading this, you're missing a lot. So now they're back in the cave, and they're with Alfred. They're investigating the one of the cops. They cut his finger off. That's actually made out of clay, and it's deteriorating faster than because it's attached to Clayface's body. And they call upstairs. It's the social worker, and it turns out that Bruce Wayne is being framed for stock fraud, and they're going to take the boy away. Probably going to be taken away, and Bruce is going to be arrested And Dick wants nothing to do with this. He's like, he's crying and everything. He's like, dude, like, I'm not going to take you. And it's like, and yeah, it's just like on a heart. Hey, Zach, you keep knocking your microphone. I don't know if you noticed that.
I'm not touching it.
Your game must be up really loud then, because I hear rattling like that. Yeah. But anyway, that's it for my last issue. I only have 2 back issues or 2 things to show off the back. Finally came in, and I realized they're doing a second on this version of this for Rebirth and everything next year. There's be another one, Volume 2. So this collects Superman Action Comics by Dan Jurgens. Omnibus Volume 1 collects Action Comics 957 through 976, Convergence, Superman 1 and 2, Justice League number 52, Superman 18 and 19, Superman and Lois and Clark 1 through 8, Superman Rebirth number 1, and pages from the DC Universe Rebirth number 1. So, nice little thick book. And I only got it because it's Dan Jurgens, really. I will not buy Grant Morrison. I will not buy Brian Michael Bendis. I'm not into Phil Kennedy Johnson. I support Dan Jurgens because he's one of the few writers at DC that pretty much gets, well, not few. Well, let's say, yeah, the few gets recognition. King of Spies finally came in. So that's why my price for comic books I dropped at the LCS this week was like crazy because they both arrived at the same time.
Oof.
You know, this is the oversized deluxe one. So this is actually taller than the omnibus, actually. So, but hey, looking forward to reading this. Never read it before. I guess it's 4 issues.
4 or 5.
Yeah. So comics and graphic novels, media tie-in, Miller World and Dark Horse Comics are proud to present this essential collection of Miller's ultimate action saga in deluxe, oversized hardcover format. Regarded as Mark Millar's masterpiece, King of Spies left jaws on the floor as he and artist Matteo Scalera took the classic tropes of the spy genre and subverted everything. So, this book is for fans of Tinker Tailor Soldier, Spy, Kingsman, Unforgiven, and Kill Bill. It's an elegant revenge thriller you won't be able to put down. So, looking forward to it. Hey, Jackson, you know why you're in the chat? So I can just boot you.
You're not wrong, though, Jackson.
Well, I mean, you'll have your word. I mean, we always do this every week. It's like Jackson's like, what do you got, 51st date memory? I can remind you. Oh, wait, it's like Jackson doesn't watch this channel. That's why.
It might have been, he must have just wrapped his stream up.
Exactly. See? He was over there probably. So,
No, he's still going, actually.
Oh,
What has he got? Valiant Comics?
I don't know.
Valiant Omics. He misspelled it. Wow.
I don't think that's his keyboard anymore. I think it's just him. He doesn't know how to spell.
I don't know if it's him. He's showing Pokemon cards off. That's new. Or is that Magic? It might be Magic. That's weird.
Well, one looks like Pokemon. One looks like Magic.
Oh, his camera's fuzzy.
Oh, I have no idea. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
All right. Who's going next? Geekeasy?
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I can go.
Camera.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
All righty. Let's see if I can just adjust this here. I have 9 books, some back issues, and a couple of other things from before. So, let's see, number 9. Every time I hear that, I think of the Beatles songs. I picked this up today. I haven't got a chance to read it because I missed it yesterday. So I'm not going to talk about that. Number 8.
Your correct answer for number 9 should be number 9.
That's what I said.
From Austin Powers. Not Beatles.
That would be from the Beatles.
No.
See, Breen and I are old enough to actually, recognize good stuff, even though Austin Powers was good. Okay, number 8 is this. I have to. I'm still looking for number 2 because I missed it, so I haven't read this one yet. But I'm gonna get the trade.
Yeah, I'll just say it's a present. You see, Breen and I are old enough to remember when things were great. Why are you still around then? That was my perspective.
Well, there's laws against ending things, and also the way I've taken care of my body, I'm surprised I'm still around after all this time. Seriously, man.
Your body's you're gonna keep living, so you can experiencing the worst comic books ever.
Well, that too. My body's just been going. You know what? The last couple of years, it's been going. I'm getting you back for all the shit you put me through all these years. And it's been doing a really good job of getting me back.
I mean, you guys should have been doing the opposite, drinking towards the end of your life, not beginning.
Well, trust me, trust me. There's been a couple days where I've thought, hey, that's a good idea.
I'm just saying, with the way everything's turned out, without all the all the crap media and stuff, this would have been the perfect time to become an alcoholic.
Little trivia question here: what is the one law that if you attempt to break, you'll get prosecuted, but if you break, you'll never get prosecuted for?
I don't know.
Suicide.
Yeah, true.
If you succeed in breaking that law, you can't get prosecuted.
But there is an eternal price, though.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I'm talking down here.
Down here.
Like, hey,
well, you will be down there.
Yeah, you're gonna go down there, all right, and not in a good way. Not with what you want to do to Kate Beckinsale way. This is pretty good. It's kind of hard to describe because you have to have read some of the other miniseries, so I'm not even gonna bother because you won't know. And you did. Breen brought this up earlier, and he's right.
What? You agree with Breen?
What? Breen was right. I'm just kidding.
They don't like
The World's Finest. Number 42. It is they're still on Bizarro.
World.
And this was an absolutely horrible issue. It's just they're having a virus, and it sort of seems it was created by Bizarro Lex Luthor, and to get them to the square world is collapsing in on itself because it's square and it's affecting the gravity and all that. So he wants them to comprehend things. So he creates a virus to make them smart. And yeah, it's really convoluted. I think it's kind of an allegory for COVID or something. It's bad.
I'd rather read that than read Tom King's Wonder Woman.
I'd rather read this than Tom King. Just put a period after King. I'd rather read that than Tom King. Period. Okay, number 5, Superman Unlimited. This is, and I keep forgetting that this was actually written by Slott.
Yeah, exactly. As I say, it's like.
So I go from a Wade to a Slott. And surprisingly enough, I don't think there's really any politics in here. But it starts out in Gotham City, and you have
Gotham City.
You have some guys. They look up and they think it's Batman, but it's Man Bat.
It's Kurt Langstrom.
Yeah, well, actually, it turns out that it's not. But they decide to shoot him. They hit him, and you have Jimmy and the what is this person's name? Tina, who is from the Gorilla Island, Gorilla City.
Gorilla City.
And she's, I guess it's a she. She's here to help do IT stuff for the new Daily Planet in Gotham.
Wait, she's on IT? Is she typing on computers?
What's that?
Is she typing on a computer? typing on a computer. She's IT for the Daily Planet.
Yeah, I guess she does IT stuff, but she's but they
I'm making a James Gunn Superman joke.
Yeah.
The monkeys on typewriters.
They get okay, yeah, I missed it. Sorry. I've just got a lot of things on my mind. And so Jimmy decides to call Superman because they see what happened and all that, and Superman's coming along, and some influencer who's dancing on the table gets knocked off the building, and he tries to save her, but she's wearing kryptonite jewelry.
Oh.
So he uses his super breath to save her, but then she kisses him, but she's wearing kryptonite laced lipstick, and that makes him weak. And then he gets bit.
Where's this story going?
Then he gets bitten by Man Bat, and this is a new strain that is contagious.
Oh, nice.
And so you have Damien coming in to try and solve him because he'd been, tracking them, and they have to try and stop him and all this stuff. It was actually kind of decent, but not the best. That's why it is a little lower, but it is better than the.
There was no climate change mentioned in there.
Nope.
Yeah.
And then 4 would be Dark Honor. This is the penultimate issue. There's one more left. Fairly good. Now here we have, we're going to have a disagreement on the top ones. Number 3, we have Batman and Robin Year 1, which was a great issue. But I don't think it's the top. Number 2, and I'm rather surprised about this.
Oh, you're gonna say Detective's better?
Yes.
Ugh.
I heard Detective was pretty good, actually.
Yes, and this one is, and God damn, I hate doing this. I really, really do not like doing this one. But I think the first issue is written by Tom Taylor.
Yeah, the dog story.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this pisses me off admitting this, but this was a really,
It is
really
good.
good story.
It's very good.
It's very, and it murderizes me admitting that I actually thought this was a really good story.
How was the Mariko
Every now and
Tamaki?
then, Tom Taylor writes something
Yeah,
good.
but
And
his-
if he can do a good dog. If Ryan North can do a good dog story, Tom Taylor can do it.
Did Greg Rucka write the lesbian story?
There's no lesbian story. Rucka was in here, but there's no lesbian story. Now, I will give Tom Taylor credit for his out of continuity stuff. His the stuff that he
Justice
gets famous
is
for.
good. Deceased is good.
Yeah, his
That's
deceased
about
stuff
it.
is fantastic. That is some incredible stuff. His in continuity stuff is horrible, but this one was really good. It kind of centers around this. You got this little boy who he lost his dog, his little dog Buster, and he's giving a $12 or a $6 reward to give his dog back. And then you have Batman coming along. The only problem is that he's out in the daytime, which is rather odd. And he's fighting this guy, and he just beats the hell out of this guy. And the mom and the kid see this going, and they take off. And then Batman he sees the son, and he looks at him, and he's like, And so what he does is, then a little bit later, you see the kid. He's so impressed. He's drawing a Batman sign out in the street, and almost gets hit by a car. Batman saves him. Realizes the kid is deaf, and starts talking to him in sign language, and talking about the dog, and I guess it sounds like he's some bad guys came along, or while he was playing with the dog, they threw a ball and the dog went off, and they took the dog and all that stuff and hit him. And so Batman, he goes off and he searches down these guys, beats the snot out of them, and gets the dog back. And it's all silent. You don't hear any talking in it.
Do you know what would have been better? If we just would have put Superman in this book instead of Batman.
And then he goes and he brings the dog back to the kid.
So who wrote this?
Taylor.
And you said
that's why it's good because there's no dialogue.
You said that he didn't put any of his politics and stuff in there, but why do you make the dog a gay vegan?
He did.
See, you looked. That's how far gone Tom Taylor is.
So then he that's sort of like George Clooney playing the gay dog in South Park. Little joke, but they did this, and then
it's a little pixel.
And then he brings back the kid, hugs him, and then he goes, "Hold on a second," and then gives Batman his the $6, and then hugs him. It was a really good story.
And Batman kept it because he doesn't have his Wayne fortune anymore.
No, but
he's got it back.
$6. I think he's got it back now.
He still kept the $6. What a dick!
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that part though.
Well, you said his story was good.
And then the next panel, the dog runs away again.
That's right.
He's run over by a truck. That would have been funny.
He runs away with his boyfriend for some tofu.
Yep.
Then the second story, and I don't know who. This is probably a Rucka one.
I know Dan Waters is one of them.
This one is a Mariko Tamaki story.
Well, if there's food in there, it's hers.
So yeah, where are they eating? Maybe that's where the dogs went.
Yeah,
no,
to
Mariko's
tofu
this
emporium.
has nothing to do with it. They're at a event celebrating Gotham's heroes, and
apparently there's only Batman. I mean, Gotham's heroes.
No, but they're having a thing. It switches back and forth between Batman going after the Joker and some guy giving a speech on that, and then Bruce Wayne shows up at this thing, and he's got some little ignorant twat.
Sounds a little cliche. We need a Batman villain, Joker. That's all we know.
He's the writer for some. I work for the online journal Dedicated Observer. We're independent, and so he's questioning Bruce Wayne about the amount of money he donates, and he's like, "Well, what else can you do to help?" And Bruce Wayne is like, "Yeah, fuck you, write a bigger check." But the guy is sitting there saying, they're kind of questioning, the whether the heroes should be the superheroes, the regular people, and he says, "I wanted to tell you what I say. What is a hero? I'm changing that. What is to be expected of our heroes." I added that bit here. They're not on pedestals. They're not knights bearing flags of gold. And his assistant says, "Don't mention any flag colors, Mr. Marks, just to be safe." And but so they're saying that the regular people are heroes, but Batman actually saved some girl in a van who does a thing for Gotham Community Center, and then she's being celebrated because she runs the community center and Batman saved her. Now, this here is the last one is a really good story, and again, it is written by Rucka. So the two best stories in here are written by Taylor and Rucka. And Rucka and Taylor can do good stuff. It's just this is surprising. You have a doctor coming into the break room in a hospital, and the lights are off, and one of the girls says, "Could you leave the lights off?" And they start talking about, some of the people that were brought in, and these people are just all messed up because 16 people tonight, one with an open tib-fib fracture, half the lacerations, almost all with concussions, not counting the 4 that we rescued from a fire, and just showing how bad shape these people are. That they're all just beat to hell. And she's complaining about it. And the older doctor says, "Look, here's the thing. We have this now. The Batman's symbol is up in there, so that she's saying it's all because of him." And the older doctor said, "You know what this place was called before I got here? It was called the Knife and Gun Club because all these people were brought in and they're dead. They were all injured. They were all hurt. People were fighting each other, killing each other. Batman came along, and he beats these people up. They're injured, but they can be cured, and they stop. And then so we're doing better. And then leaves. And it turns out the one that was complaining, Batman was actually in the office the whole time. And she says, "You did good work." She fixes him up and leaves because he got hurt. So that was there's one other story which was kind of dumb.
There's a guy on Lead Comic Geek said the Fall, the short story by Dan Waters, was the best one of the book, and he's being crucified on Lead Comic Geeks.
Because as he rightfully should be. That was a horrible story. But the Fall was the worst thing on there, and we're talking worse than the middle one.
Nah, I don't believe it's Dan Waters. I don't believe that crap. They said the only reason people liked were praising the first story by Tom Taylor because Tom Taylor wasn't putting his shitty dialogue into it.
And whatever the reason, it was a good story. And I am not a Tom Taylor fanboy. He does good work when he can do good work. This is one of them, but
I would have rather had Dan Waters just taking over Detective Comics after Tom Taylor left. Not Taylor, but Ram V. Sorry.
By the way, Hyde Street number 1. But I haven't read enough of Waters to know.
Waters is doing the Batman Dark Patterns. I can't believe that he would do a bad book or story in another.
Okay, I never picked that up. I'm just gonna have to get the trade. So I'm gonna have to reserve judgment because I haven't read it and I can't speak on it because I don't know if I've read any of his stuff. Okay.
Well, Green Lantern.
Why did you just come up to the camera and do a Shirley Temple pose?
Because I felt like it. A girl's got to do it. A girl's got to do this. I'm sorry.
Are you headed for the good ship fucking lollipop?
Yeah. Yeah, and that is the sister ship to the good ship lollipop. This is the good ship fucking lollipop, and thank you very much. And so here's some of the back issues I got. I got this.
Is that an original or a facsimile?
Facsimile. I mean,
it comes with the bubble gum.
If you take a look at a regular size comic,
no. I have the original from the 70s. I didn't know if that was one of those. If that was a reproduction.
And then I have this as well. This was a couple weeks ago. Then I went to my half-price bookstore, found this. The best about Spider-Man Volume 1 is Straczynski.
That's kind of a contradiction in terms.
Yeah.
The best of in Straczynski.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeesh. Ooh, whoa!
I thought you might like this.
The duality of Breen.
the whole series.
I didn't know Dark Horse was doing those.
No, this is from years ago. This is from.
Oh, I know, but I didn't know that. I guess I knew about that, but I've never seen one.
This is old. Let me see what the copyright date on this is.
Is this old? The book or you?
I'm surprised it's volume. This is 2009.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean it's just incredible. I saw that. I hope there's another one, but I'd have to look. But
they're out of print. I can say
now,
that.
did you get that? It was the price inflated on that, or was it?
No, it was half price. The cover price on here is $49.95, and I think I got it for about like $24.95.
Wow. Okay, so legitimate. It's so rare when a book is actually half price at half price books now.
You know what? Sometimes I don't think these people actually are aware of what they have.
You're lucky because they don't miss. Those bloodhounds don't miss a trick in mine.
Yeah. Before I blame the freaking MCU for ruining half-price books. I used to get good trades there for your dirt price.
But I'm
Now
still getting some
this
good
was
stuff like
worth
this here.
millions of dollars because it's a popular movie.
No,
I'm
it
like,
has nothing to do with
oh.
it. What you can blame is the internet, because once out of print books start selling for more, because that's how they base everything. Because if you look, I remember the half price books there. You used to remember the show Everybody Loves Raymond.
Love that show.
Okay, that's great, but you couldn't give away seasons of that show. I mean, we were selling them for $5 and we had to mark them down from $5. They would sell them for $30 because the list price was $60, because that's all they have to go by. They have no, they're not allowed to do any of their own thinking or anything. So,
this is an independent store. It's just local up here. It's called Tidal Wave. So I don't know what these guys. I don't know if it's just they don't know what the hell they're doing or what. But
maybe they have 30 copies of it.
God, I would love
that was the only copy. It was
I would love it.
There's another on a shelf now. There's another on a shelf. It's like if you get a surplus, like In Stock Trades does. But I mean, yeah, real quickly, my half-price books, Breen, in the early 2000s, they didn't mark up the books. They were in the back. They were just kind of like snubbed. No one knew they were even there.
They didn't back then, but at some point,
in 2008,
they started looking at
really. Oh no, I'm sorry.
At Amazon sales and whatnot. Hey, Zach, do you care if I go next?
Go for it. No, go for it.
I still have one more thing to show you.
Oh, that's fine.
In August, our place has sales in August. $5 first week, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 50 cents for the last week. But since Sunday's going to be on the 31st, that'll only be one day. So these are all $2. I have Batman Annual number 11 from 1987.
Cool.
Villains in Love. This one actually has Clayface 3.
Yep.
It's written by Alan Moore, where he falls in love with a mannequin. It's kind of a weird story. It was really good.
Hey, she don't talk back.
No. And Jackson, as One Click News says, that book is going online for a keynote. I have $4.79.
Dude, there's a copy of that graded at my store. It's slabbed, and they still can't sell it. No one wants to buy it because it's overpriced.
What
that book?
$4.79?
Yeah, they have it. Someone's got it slabbed, and sold it to my comic book store, and like they can't get rid of it. It's in there for a year.
We had the guy that helped put on our Comic-Con up here had a what is the purple label at CDC?
There's CGC, and then there was, I can't remember what the other one was, but
no, it means that they've done something to it or something like that.
Yeah, I get remember.
Of 181, he was able to sell it.
So whenever you pay for that book, that Batman book, add $40 to it, and that's what it's going for.
That was $2.
Yeah, it's going for 40 something.
$654. 667. I really would like to get 666. That's the first appearance of okay, 69. I can't believe I'm buying Morrison issues, but I want to get some of these back issues. 671, 77, 80. And
I like when you get the good years of Batman for $2 a piece.
706, and then 800. And starting this Sunday, there'll be $1 a piece. So I'm going to go in on Sunday and see how many of this stuff I can get.
All right.
Oh yeah, restored. Thank you. Yeah, restored. It was 181 restored, and that's why they weren't. He was asking 3 something for it. Restored. But that's it.
I think Zach does not spring over.
Zach is getting beat up by somebody. But
no one's breaking into his house. They don't want to. All right, there.
Go ahead and let Zach go next.
Well, I don't know where he went.
Oh.
He's probably getting taken over to Europe to be sold by some Saudis, sort of like in.
I don't think so. No.
I was going to get a water bottle, y'all. Calm down. I thought Bree was going next.
Yeah,
I know he made a big deal, and he's like, I like Kozak next.
No, it's I just I was in the middle of a sneezing fit, and in case it comes back, I'd rather just. Hey, the cat shit is just killing me now.
Okay. So am I going? Okay.
Zach is drinking the body into another room.
Yeah, sure. These are all of my new books. We're going to go through this.
And then the back issues are twice as much.
You're not too far off. You're not too far off. You're not
You can
wrong.
sneeze as much as you want now for the next hour.
Go ahead, Bree. Just blow all that snot out. All right. These are also in no particular order. That I didn't have time to. I barely had time to read these comics, let alone put them in order. Starting off, we got Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe. This cover is a misdirect, by the way. So, Breen, you don't have to give up comics. I know you were about to the other night, but this doesn't happen in the book.
I'm surprised there is one book that Jeff did not show that I'm hoping you have tonight.
It's basically Godzilla destroys the bar with no name, so now the villains join the fight against Godzilla. They try to use PEM particles against him. That doesn't work. Doctor Strange tries to tie him up with the crimson bands of the Sidorak. That doesn't work. So they push him into the astral plane. So it's pretty interesting, actually.
If I don't show it, he won't have it because I'm the one that everyone says gets stuff that you guys don't get. So
I'm just saying you absolutely did not have it.
Stiltman in here tripping Godzilla with his extra long feet was the clincher. That was the best panel for me. That was good. We got Ultimates number 15. I thought it was going to be a Shang-Chi issue. Actually, I don't know what it is. Shang-Chi or Iron Fist, because Danny Rand is in here too. Daniel Rand plays a part in this. I'm actually, honestly, if I'm being real, I'm probably close to dropping the Ultimates because more and more there's less team-centeredness, and it's all like origins and stories of just like individual people. It's like, this is supposed to be a team book, y'all.
I like your Mandalorian helmet back there. The yellow hat. It looks like a helmet.
A capybara?
Yeah, the way you had it designed, it looked like a freaking helmet.
This is from Tim and Mark, Common America.
The Mandalorian helmets have the little goggles and they're like huge.
Yeah. We got Absolute Flash, which is pretty cool. We get an origin kind of the Rogues Galley, the Absolute Rogues. They're kind of like the A-Team.
No, that's a swordsman. What are you talking about?
They did commit the crime. They weren't framed for a crime. They actually did commit a crime in the military. So now they're on the lam, but Wally's dad recruits them. And we actually get a peek of Absolute J. Garrick. They show Garrick from 1944 in here. Gets trapped in like an early Speed Force experiment. I thought that was pretty cool. No Wally in this. It's all Rogues and Wally's dad and Thawne.
I'm curious to see if that's the same case with Nightwing.
Now, hey, I actually I saw a movie the other day called The Swordsman. I thought it might have been about him, but wrong movie.
No, the Swordsman's a Marvel character.
Sure.
Okay, good. Bad joke, then never mind.
New Avengers number 3. You do get some of this. You do get some of them beating up on the Hulk. But actually, most of the fight is them against the cloned Professor X, which is kind of a cool fight. He has Professor X's telepathy, but he doesn't use it. He's more of a brawler, so they actually have to physically fight him. It was actually pretty interesting.
It's just weird. The Hulk with long hair looks like he's like Street Fighter Blanca. Where just give him.
I don't mind Hulk with long hair, honestly. I mean, it fits.
The only Hulk with long hair should be She-Hulk.
But what about his son? Had long hair. Scar had long hair.
He's dead now.
And the Hulk from the Pocket Universe had long hair, and he was naked.
So this one was Maestro. Yeah, Maestro had long hair. Yeah.
He had a beard too.
This is pretty good so far. This is issue number 3. This one's been pretty good so far. They meet Carnage, who is now Eddie Brock. which throws Bucky off because Bucky's like, "You're supposed to be Venom. You're not Carnage." And Eddie's like, "Yeah, you were Captain America once too, and now you're not." So
No,
How's
I'm
that?
talking the retelling of his origin. Like they did with Fantastic Four and Hulk and all that stuff. That one, the Liefeld one or whatever.
We have Marvel's All-on-One, The Thing versus the Marvel Universe. This is Ryan North, but it's Ed McGuinness. And actually, I gotta give it to North. He can write 2 stories. He can write Crypto the Superdog, and he could write this. This one shot was actually pretty good. It's
Starting
all
Brain.
big Ed McGuinness art pages, which are beautiful for the most part. I love Ed McGuinness art.
It's starting over, Brain. He's going
I
back
love
to
Ed
FF.
McGuinness. If Ed McGuinness was the regular artist, then yes, I would be picking it back up. But these are just great. These huge. A lot of these could just be posters. So the Thing comes back to Earth after a solo mission or something in space. He comes back to Earth and finds that everybody wants to kill him. The Fantastic Four wants to kill him. The Avengers want to kill him. They've all been replaced by robot doppelgangers. And so it's the Thing versus all of these doppelgangers of the Avengers and just everybody. There's even like a robot Jean Grey in here. There's some pretty cool stuff in here too. Storm tries to electrocute him, but he's rock, and rock is not conductive to electricity. So there's some cool comic science in here too. This I thought was really cool. He gets thrown into a bunch of buildings.
Oh no!
It's got a nice twist towards the end. You find out what's actually going on, and I was impressed. I was actually like, you know what, this works for a one shot. This is pretty good. So
through all those buildings, it's like Zod versus Superman, the Man of Steel.
Not really a lot of villains. You catch a few in the background, like Venom's here on the cover, but you don't really catch any villains in here. It's mostly like Spider-Man, Avengers, a couple of X-Men, the Hulk, but. Mostly, some of these guys you see on the cover, but like Firestar and not really. They don't get a lot of page time.
Are there any civilians in that, or is it just
civilians? No civvies, no civilians. All superheroes, all superpowered people. So, good one shot. A little pricey if you're not a big fan of Ed McGuinness. The price might be a little too high.
North?
I enjoyed it. Though. I thought that was really good. I'm happy to see Ed McGuinness on the book again too. That guy, I just love his art.
Yes, I just love when he draws the big, bulky Superman.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Titans number 26. I may be reading Titans again. This was pretty cool. It's not just Beast Boy and Cyborg with the Doom Patrol. They do show some other team member stuff. They show like Wally and Donna and Starfire and Nightwing, but mostly it is Beast Boy and Cyborg. They go visit the Doom Patrol, who are off in Madagascar because their Beast Girl wants to find weird animals that she can shift into. Yeah. So they end up at Madagascar, and they end up on this nature reserve.
What's the material like?
Mutant monsters. Apparently, Beast Boy had a villain or a foe called the Zookeeper. And he's the reason why they're in the predicament that they're in. But this was good. The art was really good. Who was the artist? Rayner.
Max Rayner with
Max
John
Rayner. I like his style. I'll show a couple of pages.
Yeah, because John Layman is writing. I was curious what Max Rayner was doing because that's not his art on the cover. That's
no, that's not him. It's kind of similar, but let me find like here you got. Gar's trying to go to the beach with Raven, and they're cleaning up. Apparently, I'm coming in late too, so apparently there was some big battle, and they're cleaning up. And Gar's like, "All right, well, I'm out of here," and that's where Flash shows up. Wally shows up, and he's like, "Hey, we'll clean up in a jiffy." But Beast Boy tries to take Raven. Raven says she's not going to go because she's going to help clean up. But Cyborg is apparently feeling down in the dumps because there was some Tamaranian looking or a Mazo looking girl that offered to go explore the universe with him, but he chose to stay on Earth, so he's feeling depressed. So
John Layman's writing Titans now, Justin.
Yeah. Layman, yeah. So you got some pretty cool art in here. I still hate this costume for Beast Boy. I don't like the red and white. I think I've said
Layman
that.
is the current writer, and he's been the current and ongoing writer for the Scorch.
Since Taylor left.
Yeah.
However long that's been. It hadn't been very long.
But if you have read, Sheena's reviewing the book called The Scorch, which is basically like she's spawning all them. Yeah, he was a writer on that, and he took over for this. So
we got New Gods. This is issue number 9. I'm actually this got even cooler to me. So at the start of New Gods, there was this alien race or like this Inquisition type of faction called the Nectari. And they were the ones that took over Apocalypse. They were the ones that forced the New Gods from New Genesis. And so now they're coming to Earth because they found the New Gods escaped there. And the Green Lantern, I don't know this guy's name. He's wearing a hood. He's kind of cool. But he sends a signal out that John Stewart picks up.
That's a Raker Quergat? Yeah, that's what it says on Elite Comic Geeks.
Oh, okay. He sends a message off to John Stewart, so John Stewart's kind of getting everybody, I guess, prepared and situated. They're trying to get this kid who's like the new god. They're trying to get him prepared. But yeah, no, Ram V's. I'm sad this is a miniseries. There's only going to be like 3 issues left. So that's depressing.
Yeah, so that's Evan Cagle along with Simon Parr doing the art, Ram V doing the writing on that.
Yep. We got World's Finest number 42. I disagree with Geekeasy. I had a fun time reading this. The Bizarro speak was a blast. I love reading Bizarro speak. Batman, Superman, and Robin, they're on Bizarro Earth, and the virus going around makes all the Bizarros speak normal, like common sense, which is bad for them because it doesn't work on their world. It's just a lot of fun. Robin has some fun lines in here. They fight a Bizarro Brainiac that instead of shrinking cities enlarges cities. There's some fun
shrinking cities.
There's some really fun stuff.
Bizarro Flash is overweight and this is kind of dopey looking.
I didn't see Bizarro Flash in here.
He's in there.
That Bizarro Lex, who was Bizarro like Superman, Batman. Who is Bizarro Superman's best friend. So that was fun. The World's Finest is still really good.
Yeah, that's Adrian Gutierrez doing the art inside there with Mark Waid.
We got Imperial. This is issue number 3 of the 4-issue cosmic event that Hickman is writing.
Do you know who's taking that over? Denise Camp. Because Hickman's just going to abandon that book too.
Okay, well, it was only meant to be 4 issues, so he's not abandoning it. It ends at 4. Anyway, so we get a couple of things in here. First of all, we find out who's been pulling the strings behind all the conflict and the wars and everything. It was a contest between the Grandmaster and Maximus the Mad from the Inhumans, which is neat.
The Grand Governor?
Huh?
You know, they write
the Grand Governor?
Oh, the governor joke. Yeah.
Because you use the M word. We don't use it on this channel.
You take that condescending tone with me, son.
Richard Rider gets a hold of the World Mine, the Xandarian World Mine. He puts the helmet back on. Peter Quill is also going to assume being the Emperor of Spartax again since his dad is dead.
The first issue was all right.
The second issue was way better. The second issue was so much better. Yeah. There was a lot of like space battle awesomeness in the second one. This one just kind of elaborates. So Maximus the Mad makes a bet with the Grandmaster, like, hey, I need you to start some conflicts and start some war. So the Grandmaster is like, oh, this is how I'll do it. I'll have the Shi'ar do this, and the Skrulls will do this, and da-da-da-da. And so the Grandmaster, he's like, okay, well, I've done what that I could do. And Maximus is like, okay, well, here, I'll pay you. He's like, no, I don't want your payment. I just wanted to do it for the thrill. Now I'm going to put everything back the way it was. And Maximus is like, well, that wasn't the deal. You can't do that, because he wanted the chaos and everything. And the Grandmaster's like, well, I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to do. Well, Maximus he's been working on behalf of the Inhumans. So he brings Black Bolt in. He's been working with Black Bolt because Black Bolt's trying to make a space for the Inhumans in the cosmic scene. So Black Bolt shows up, blasts Grandmaster unconscious with his voice, and now the Inhumans are like showing up in here. So that's pretty cool. So Eat it, Pixel. Inhumans are cool.
6 times, Green.
That's right. I'll say it's 7. Grandmaster. All right. And I bet this is the one you're surprised Geekeasy didn't get. And I'll be surprised.
I'm not gonna start buying the series now because I want to get the trades because
I kind of do too. Now that I know they all go together, I kind of want to. Punisher kills.
Not that one. That's not.
What are you talking about?
Absolutely.
We'll get to that.
Something else, yeah.
So the Wolverine miniseries, the Black Panther one, and the Spider-Man one all lead into that. They all go together. They all tie into this. So
that was dark and depressing last week, though. That's last week's
stuff that happened in Spider-Man versus Predator goes into this. Stuff that happened in Black Panther versus Predator goes into this.
That's Wolverine. So Craven.
Yeah. So there's bits in here that come from all of those. So like from Wolverine, like they have the Weapon X project has a Predator that they've been working with. The Predator that fought Black Panther has Wakandan technology and hates Craven, who at the end of the Spider-Man series, Craven goes off into space with the Predators and gets assimilated into their culture. So Craven is now bringing them back to Earth. They wipe out the Guardians of the Galaxy in the first 5 pages.
Poor Quill.
Poor Quill, first one to go. I feel like there was some Chris Pratt hatred involved in that choice, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just kidding. All the Guardians are dying. That was sad. Honestly, with me, I'm okay with it because it rips off the Band-Aid.
The Reed Richards one.
Kill my first 2 favorite teams off. The rest of it will be fine. I don't care about the Avengers or the X-Men nearly as much as the Guardians or the Fantastic Four. So Craven leads them against the Fantastic Four, who are on the moon.
Was Johnny useful?
None of them were.
Johnny's like instant boat gun.
Johnny gets roped with the Garrett, the metal cord, and gets decapitated. Thing gets launched off into space. And Reed was the dumbest. Reed, they cut his arm off, and he dies from blood loss. But I'm like, dude, you're rubber. You can tie your arm into a knot and like tourniquet it, but they don't do that. So the Fantastic Four and the Guardians are now dead.
Well, Sue was live at the end.
Sue was alive at the end. We'll see what good that does. But like I said, at least it ripped the Band-Aid off because I don't care. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what happens to the X-Men or the Avengers, but
and then Franklin uses cosmic powers to change everything.
Yeah, watch Franklin come in and rewind time or something. Yeah, watch that be the case.
They must have used the Pedro Pascal version of Reed Richards. That's why it's so stupid.
Well, it's an alternate universe. This is the universe where Peter and MJ are together too. So it's a different canon. It's a different universe. All right, this book, I'm getting all of these issues now. All of the ones that Waters has written, I'm getting because I really enjoyed this. This was really cool.
Dark Patterns. You got to read that. It's really good.
This was really cool. So Nightwing has been trapped in Titan's Tower. The Night Mite, which I hate that little imp. I hate all of the 5th dimensional imps, but Night Mite got sick, and apparently it trapped Nightwing in this alternate reality. His dog was a monster. And Nightwing, the original Nightwing from Krypton, who is Superman's cousin, plays a large part in this. So this was a lot of fun. There's a holy, I forgot what it was. There's a holy something odd Batman joke in here that landed really well for me. So yeah, I'm going to be picking up all. Now it still has him and Barbara Gordon together. I don't care so much for that, but otherwise, this was really good. I'm going to go back and pick up.
Like I said, Dan Waters has proven to be one of the best Batman writers I have in the DC right now.
Maybe I'm not reading a lot of Batman. So
I'm just saying the guy he's slowly turning out to be one of their character writers that need to cater to instead of putting other people who don't belong like Zdarsky in the book.
Black Cat, #1. This was not bad. It does rely a little too much on that Office kind of humor, where there's like an interview, like talking to the reader, and then like something may go on during the interview. So there's some of that. I don't hate it, but I just think that trope is kind of getting overplayed. No, this was not bad at all, though. Black Cat is she's on the run from the cops. She's trying to get to a safe house. The safe house is occupied by the lizard, so she gets trapped with the lizard. And then she goes to the night nurse, and then she's like, "Well, wait a second. I should really be fighting crime instead of because she's like always counter to what other people were doing. So now there's a lot of crime, so she's gonna like be the counter to the crime and like go stop criminals and stuff. So I liked it. The art's good. I'll give y'all a preview of the art. Actually,
I was gonna say like this art is
it's kind of Todd Knock looking in some ways, but also Dan Slott gets a shout out, which I don't appreciate. But they named a mini mart after him. You can't really see that.
Yeah,
Slot
smart. Yeah, I mean,
the only mini thing about Dan Slott. But
the whole dialogue between her and Lizard was so cringe.
I didn't mind that.
I was not a fan of that.
I didn't mind it at all. I thought it was fine.
And apparently, and because I'm not reading Spider-Man, apparently is that Ben Reilly's Spider-Man or whatever. But
some people are saying it is because the web shooters and the anklets. Some people are saying it is. There was another panel from Spider-Man that people are saying was Ben Reilly. I don't know what's going on. I'm not reading Amazing Spider-Man, so I don't know.
Yeah, so that was another nail in the coffin for me on that book. I'm not saying it's a bad book. It's just that the art is good.
The art's great. I don't mind the story. I'm gonna stick with this.
There wasn't any innuendo like she's like, "Hey, night nurse, you want to?"
I do like the cover for season 2. That's a nice homage.
Season 2
to Captain Marvel.
Episode 2,
issue 2, not season 2. Excuse me.
No.
Yeah, this wasn't bad. You could do a lot. I'm surprised she could have done a lot worse than this, but this one was actually pretty good.
It was pretty much for me the best thing about that book is the cover of Adam Hughes. It's not a bad book. It's just that it just felt very mid. And the art, I wasn't really care for the art in the inside, but hey, it was at least it wasn't Carl Manvers.
Spider-Man and Wolverine, number 4.
Just can't escape that book.
Still one of the best books out there. Look at this cover. Look at this 80s awesomeness.
Breen,
okay,
are you there? Breen, I gotta ask you: Carrie Andrews art or Ed McGuinness?
How about a blank cover?
You get them fighting Dr. Octopus in China. Dr. Octopus says the whole reason he's fighting them is to prove that he's superior, which gives Spider-Man a headache because Dr. Octopus loves to say he's superior. And then there's this other villain. I'm not familiar with him. Maybe he's new. He's called Dread Shadow. And
that's new.
Spider-Man ends up fighting him. Wolverine ends up fighting Dr. Octopus. I like how they made his tentacles look more like actual tentacles. That's kind of cool.
The lights on, yeah.
So they've been getting teleported around. Every time they start to win a battle, they get teleported. So Spider-Man ends up back in New York City.
New York City!
He goes to the Baxter Building to use one of Reed Richards' devices. Reed's not there, so Peter's like, okay, well, I'm just going to use this. He picked the wrong day to be out of town. So he fixes the teleportation devices so they're not going to get zapped around anymore. And honestly, the issue was good. I was enjoying it. The best part, though, I thought, the twist. It was a real nice twist at the end. We get to see a character that we have not seen, I don't think, since she was first introduced. We get Teresa Parker, Peter Parker's long-lost sister, who hardly ever gets mentioned anymore, shows up. And she's got...
she shouldn't.
She's got Wolverine claw guns. She's got a gun, and she's there to assassinate Wolverine with bullets forged from the steel of a Muramasa blade. And so, issue number 2 ended with Wolverine gut punching Spider-Man. Issue number 4 ends with her gut shooting Wolverine. So this book continues to go crazy and off the rails. So definitely a recommendation. Really enjoy that. We've got G.I. Joe, issue number 10. Don't listen to Vinkman. Major Blood is a cool villain. He's just cool. I'm sorry. We get Baroness and CoverGirl teaming up against him. We do get Hound and Risk and Clutch going up against Cobra. We get just a bunch of cool stuff. This continues to be one of the best indie books out there.
It's me, Baroness. I'm the one behind everything.
And then the last of the new books, I gotta say, I really thought, like, what the mess did I just read?
Yes.
And then I remembered the original Bane story, and I was like, okay, I can kind of see what they were going for. This book goes hard.
I know.
This book goes hard. My one gripe with it is that they did not have Nick Dragotta drawing it because that would have been sick.
Oh, that was the best part, man. The art. Clayton Henry just goes awesome.
You probably only saw this and thought.
No. I read the whole entire thing, bro, and then it goes with his art with Bane, everything that Bruce grows in this book. Holy crap!
So this just pretty much reminded me of when they first go over Bane's origins in the original Nightfall. It's like just telling me about his childhood and how he grows up in prison and all that. I was like, okay.
Dude, just when I thought this book was, I'll say it real quickly. Just when I thought this book couldn't get any crazier, this issue drops, and I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah, so it just goes over a bunch of his origin, and yeah, I'll cut to it because
Bane's like, when I was a boy.
It's good lord, man. It's Batman goes up against Bane for a round 2. Bane cuts off his arm with his own axe. I think he cuts off both arms, honestly.
Yeah, both arms, yeah.
Kind of a blur. And then he brings a giant brick down on his face. You can see he breaks his jaw. You can see he breaks the brick on him.
Eye pops out, everything. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's an eyeball there. So I'm like, okay, Bruce is dead. But then they take him. There's like a doctor. They do this like the surgery on him, like all kinds of surgeries on him. And but by the time you get to the end of the book, you get like, I don't know if this is like I don't know where they're going from here. Like what the mess?
My
like
thing is
some crazy 90s nightmare.
But that's not the end of the book though. Then they show if he went after Bane, didn't know where Batman was. He went after his friends.
No, he went after his friends in the previous issue.
No, it's turn
the page.
Turn the page.
Turn the page. Oh, I didn't even see this.
Yeah.
I got to this because this is what I see at the end of all the other DC books, so I assume it's the end. I didn't even read this. So yeah, so he's gonna go after his friends. He
says, I don't know where the Batman is. So that's some weird twisted fantasy he has for the Batman.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know.
Because I was like you. I saw that. I was like, what the heck? And then I turned the page. Oh, I'm like, whew.
I don't know what Scott Snyder smokes when he's writing this, but good lord, it's working. This is outstanding.
Metallica.
It's so wild. It's wild, man.
But like I said, I read that. I was just like, dude. I'm like, I'm surprised that Jeff didn't get that.
Absolutely nuts. All right. I'm still freaking out about it. Like, good lord. Breaking his back? Yeah, okay, that's one thing. Let's drop a brick on his face. Like, shove it in his mouth. Like
when his arms got decapitated, I was like, oh, no.
They're going to give him the Wonder Woman treatment. Because it wasn't an absolute Wonder Woman got her arm cut off or something?
Zdarsky took his hand off in that altered dimension.
Yes, you're right.
I was like, no, let's not.
Absolute Wonder Woman had her arm cut off and had it regrow by magic or something. I was like, Batman doesn't have magic. And they're not killing him because obviously I've seen solicitations like going into December that have Batman. So I don't know what happens from here. All right. Yeah. All right. Comic Paw is about to be happy. Here's the good stuff. We have, for my collection, we have the last of the 3 annuals of the All-Star Squadron.
Nice.
I gotta ask, so didn't you just say you had to get rid of a lot of books because you ran out of room?
I'm not getting rid of my All-Star Squadrons. Not those. Yes, I haven't gotten rid of them yet. They're sitting here separate from the collection that's staying.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, you're getting rid of it, and then you're just adding back to the collection again.
I've got 5 short boxes worth of books I need to get rid of. The problem is that none of them are like this old to where they're worth anything. They're all like early to mid 2000s. So
yep. I'm getting rid of a lot of my
kind of stuff. I'll probably just donate them to the library or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've got the final issue of All-Star Squadron, which is the origin of Tarantula. I think that's the final issue. I'm pretty sure that is. We've got issue number 58 of All-Star Squadron with the Metal Man. I believe that's the Metal Man.
Cool.
No, that's Robot Man. So that's somebody else. Mechanique. She's mine.
It's a big mechanique.
The big Mechanique. We've got issue number 57. We're just going to go backwards. So we were 58, now we're at 57.
I never liked the Atom costume for that. It has a brown. It looks so weird.
The Atom or Starman?
The Atom on the back.
Yeah.
I never liked the costume. It's weird. The brown with the blue.
We have issue number 49, The Wrath of Wotan. I don't like this Dr. Fate helmet. It only covers like half his face. I'm not a huge fan of that one. But that's okay.
His son is named Crouton.
Issue number 48. More Dr. Fate there. Shiny Knight. Also Blackhawk.
Hey, Camelot, 1942.
We have issue number 40 with Amazing Man.
Hey, they just brought back Amazing Man and
They did.
Yeah,
Justice League, right?
Time Displays, yeah.
Amazing Man versus Real American. I didn't even read that. Real American. That's this guy.
G.I. Joe. Wait, why is it?
That's not G.I. Joe.
That the Real American, isn't it the KKK guy?
I think it is.
He's gonna get.
That's something. That's
I'm a ghost.
Okay.
Seriously, guys, I'm a ghost.
So that's now. I think I only need 5 issues of All Star Squadron, and I'll have the whole run. So I'm very close to the.
Origin of the Tarantula is the next to the last issue. It says once like this.
Next to last issue. Okay. I might have one more issue then at the end to get. All right. I picked up 1 or 2 of these a while back. I got issue number 2 of the Matt Fraction and the Dodson's Defenders run from the early 2000s.
Yep. Betty.
This is Doctor Strange was not the Sorcerer Supreme.
That's actually like 2010.
Is this 2010? Oh, I thought it was the early
2010 or 2011 because that's the series before the Fearless Defenders.
Yes. So we got issue number 2. We got issue number 3. This was back when Betty was Red She-Hulk, and now she's like a bird monster, which is really weird.
Yeah,
She's back to being the Harpy.
Yeah. Oh, she's been. I think she's been.
Well, that goes back to Hulk 168.
Oh, does it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I missed when she was Red She-Hulk.
Yep.
We got Justice League Europe number 18.
Fun.
Really good stuff here. Then I found some of these. This is the next little short run I'm working on. Captain Britain and MI-13. A vampire story before Blood Hunt.
And yeah.
So this is issue number 12. And then we've also got, it did tie into Secret Invasion. So this is issue number 2 of that. And then issue number 3 was where Spitfire got brought back in.
Yep. As a vampire.
Yeah. Got issue number 4, Captain Britain. Then we got issue number 9.
If this is a series I'm thinking about, yeah.
This is the one where Dr. Doom says he has the crucifix.
No. There was another where it's a Dracula and Lilith, his daughter. Like,
I don't know if this is one that or not. I don't remember.
Jackson, the Fearless Defenders only existed to turn Valkyrie lesbian. That literally was the only purpose for the book.
Because they were fearless.
I read it for like 3 or 4 issues. I don't think a team ever actually formed. I think it was Valkyrie and Mirage from the New Mutants.
And then there was that frumpy scientist that she hooked up with.
So
yeah, the archaeologist chick. Yeah.
So they were fiercely defending her being lesbian.
Fearlessly defending, yes.
Picked up a copy of the Kurt Busiek and George Perez Avengers. This is issue number 4.
Nice.
What sold me was the bonus poster. Hopefully that's in here.
Right.
I haven't opened it up yet. It was only $1, so it probably isn't in there. But this is it's still just a cool cover.
Yep.
And then we have some good old original Defenders. Now this cover is all kinds of jacked up. There's like some you can see
featuring the Omega Man.
There's some. It looks really rough, but this is issue number 76.
Oh,
the Omega Saga.
Is that Superman?
That would be funny. I don't think it is though. There's Valkyrie. Speaking of Valkyrie.
Oh, so look at that. She's going after Hellcat. She's already gay.
That's 76. We've got 79.
No, not the Death of Normal.
This is another run that I'm not getting rid of. I'm keeping my defenders. We got number 80.
Careful when you say that, because I was getting rid of books. I'm like, I'm not getting rid of this. I'm not getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of this. I'm like, I'm not getting rid of anything.
I'm this close. If I get all of the omnibuses of New Warriors, I might get rid of my New Warriors.
You know what I've been finding myself getting rid of? The new books I buy and show up in here. And I've been keeping the older ones.
This is issue number 6. This might be one of the earliest issues of Defenders.
Damn it, I actually need that one.
Do you really?
Yeah. I need 2, 4, and 6.
Yeah, I saw this one, and this one is all jacked up. You can see here on the side, probably. It's
that's why you got it.
It has seen some stuff, but it was only $1, so it's like, you know what?
I don't
Looks good in the bag.
That's not Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer has boobs.
That's Iceman. What are you talking about?
On the thing? Oh. Well, does Iceman have boobs too?
This is also a not great cover, but it was also $1. So we got Avengers number 110.
Wow. I can't believe that books like that, even in that condition, are finding their way into dollar boxes now.
I don't know how. I had X-Men and Magneto on. I was like, oh man, I gotta get this. This just looks cool. So I like it when they go up against rogues that aren't necessarily theirs. So yeah, that one could go up on the wall at some point. I have another Defenders book. Newer Defenders. This is issue number 9. So got another. That's the last one of that. Then I also I'm collecting all the Agents of Atlas books that I can find. This one's just Atlas, but it's the same team. It's Jeff Parker writing, Gabriel Hardman, Betty Brettweiser did the colors or the inks on it. So this is got Triangle Man. I think he dies in this story. I'm not sure. This is a 5-issue miniseries. But love
that's where the triathlon character.
Is it triathlon or triangle?
No. In the Busek run that you showed earlier, there's a character on the team called Triathlon, and that was inspired by the 3D man.
Oh, okay. $1. What the fuck says Jackson? I love it.
It was $1. It was $1. I'm shocked, but last book I got, and this one is not really new. It's also not really old. Kind of like Defenders and Atlas. But I have Outsiders. Where the price is probably under the sticker. I got a new issue of Jed Winnick.
I was just saying that looks more like the second volume.
It's Jed Winnick,
It's
and
the 4th or 5th.
Yeah, this is the one that was kind of going right alongside Teen Titans, Jeff Johns' Teen Titans.
Yeah, I don't count the
47.
I go Batman Outsiders, and then I just have I don't count the Outsiders by himself.
I actually prefer this to the Batman the Outsiders because this is like the grown-up team.
All right, you're following Geekies. You're getting out of here.
That's fine. I'll let you.
How dare you?
Okay. I like this because it goes side by side with Jeff Johns' Teen Titans run. So, but yeah, I got a lot of books this week. That's the most books I've had all year, I think.
I like how Jeff dropped just to come back and just be muted and have his camera off.
I had to. My phone is dying, so I had to come in and plug it in and stuff.
All right. All right. I guess it's
Yeah, I'm.
You're gonna see my room.
You can skip me. I was just gonna say I picked up Titans and Nightwing this week and liked them both.
Nice.
So I'll probably stick with those. Batman Robin was my number 1 also. Hyde Street was my number 2, and so yeah, it's a good week.
like I said, if I had not been reading Darkwing Duck, Hyde Street would have been higher up on my list. But I just love that. I just love the Darkwing Duck. I love the cartoon things.
Anybody else remember Grace Choi? DC doesn't.
Who's the artist?
This is Art T. Bear is one of them. Matthew Clark. Matthew Clark was the penciler. Art T. Bear was the inker.
You'll never
Well,
see
you
that.
got to remember something, Zach. Grace was
A lesbian.
her big. No, she wasn't a lesbian. She would sleep with dudes also, but she would form emotional attachments with women. She
I was
is
about to say,
basically
because here she is with Black Lightning's daughter.
yeah. That was the relationship. She banged Roy also though.
Oh, did she? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I said she just used dudes for sex, but she got emotionally involved with the women she slept with.
Ah, okay.
But that was established.
As long as
That
they
was
pay for child
established from
support.
the get-go. Just like Thunder was, her first relationship was safe sex. So DC only uses characters that they retcon.
Yeah, right. That's exactly it.
Yeah, that's a tricky situation. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship with a guy, but I'll use him for sex. You get knocked up. Well, I expect you to pay child support. Well, I'm not getting emotionally invested in that child. Sorry. That's a problematic character. Next, they reveal
She's a cool character, though. Great
that she's got AIDS.
So, Jackson, so it wasn't my normal. So, all these back issues came from a comic shop over in Alabama. They weren't from my normal LCS. There's a shop over in Alabama I've been to 2 or 3 times. They have a lot of short boxes and dollar bins. So, me and my brother and sister, we spent a day over there. So, yeah, that's where those are from. So, that guy was very happy, though, because he sold me all those books.
All right. Shout out to Jonathan. What's up, man? We're just kind of wrapping up towards the end of here. We've already shown out the books. Did you get anything this week at all, Jonathan? Any new books this week? Just let us know. If you got any new books this week, or back issues, leave in the comments or here.
Have you guys heard what they're planning on doing with the Hulk? I saw some headline that they're doing something with the Hulk and getting rid of Banner or something like that. Again.
Well, in the Hulk current series, I think that was a few weeks ago. It was revealed that did you pick up the book, Geekeasy?
Yeah, no, they're doing something else. They're doing something where he's
Banner is currently trapped inside Hulk's brain. They just had a new Avengers. Bucky and Clea go into Hulk's brain, and Banner is like being kept in there.
Right,
they've done that before.
This sounds something like what they're doing with the all new, all different. It's going to be happening soon. There's going to be a new version of the Hulk or something like that.
It sounds like a perverted version of what Johnny Cates was doing the Hulk.
Not that I know.
When he had the Star Trek kind of spaceship inside
Hulk.
Yeah. He was controlling the Hulk. So now this is basically the Hulk he's free of that. Is basically locked Banner away, so he has no control.
Yeah, that's nothing new. That's been done before.
So, I mean, I liked it. I had more fun. It was more entertaining for when they separated. Remember back in the day, they separated Hulk and Banner. Then they had to put them back together because they would die without each other. So, I don't know. It's like at this point, like, what more can you do the Hulk that's different that still doesn't hurt the character? So I feel like it's already what's done to the Hulk has already been done, perfectly by good writers like Peter David. Phil Kennedy Johnson apparently is a fan favorite, and people did like Immortal Hulk. Or was I've
heard Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk was really good.
But I mean, like at this point, it's like, what more can you do to the character that hasn't been done before, and without making the character a complete joke? I don't know. I've always liked Savage Hulk. That was I never liked Professor Hulk. And maybe it's because Professor Hulk, what I've ever seen of it is I haven't really read the Hulk book series, but what I've seen depicted, like either it's in the movies, probably is the worst representation of that character. Probably
it is.
Well, just remember, he's not.
Peter David is good.
But that's not Professor Hulk. Professor Hulk came out of the Mark Millar Fantastic Four series.
So
the version in the Peter David version was just a kind of a cynical, sarcastic, souped up version of Bruce Banner with the Hulk's power. But yeah, it wasn't Professor Hulk.
Okay.
That's something that people just kind of got in their head because he was intelligent, but no, he was
okay. So that
is the Peter David when he was running the Pantheon. That is the coolest Hulk that we've ever gotten in 60 years of the character, period.
Wasn't there like a time? I know there was a gray Hulk, and then there was a green Hulk. Then they have that
was Peter David also, because he when he took over, he brought in Joe Fixit, and we basically created Joe Fixit, and that was the Gray Hulk for kept out for about 40 issues. Then he there's like a psychic battle between Bruce Banner, the dumb Hulk, and the Joe Fixit, and they kind of all merged into one. But the stupid Hulk got pretty much repressed.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Albert? Don't give them ideas. They'll do that on Disney Plus, and it'll be in the same cringe level as She-Hulk was. But yeah, I
did that in She-Hulk. They made him gay Hulk.
I did not like the Ruffalo Hulk.
There's a scene in there's a two-parter in like 394, 395, where the Hulk teams up with Punisher, who had met Joe Fixit, but he unloads every weapon he's got on the Hulk, and of course it doesn't hurt him at all, and he just puts his finger to his thumb and says, "Say goodnight, Frank," and you know what's coming. And then the next scene is like hours later after Frank comes to. And I was never so disappointed than when he got away from that.
I said that's one of my biggest complaints with the MCU was that they went that direction with the Hulk and just made it just Ruffalo.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was
dumb.
If they would have done the Pantheon version of the Hulk, I would have loved it. But no, this was just,
the Edward Norton version they did in that movie, Incredible Hulk. I like that version. I'm not sure what
they should have. They should have kept it that way, but.
Which version of Hulk was that? He was
just the Incredible Hulk in that one, and what happened was, I guess, not Ruffalo, but Norton was being Norton and kind of pissed off a couple people.
No, I'm not talking about the behind the scenes. I already know that. I'm talking about which version of Hulk is that in the comics.
That was not really. I mean, any of them, because he had some intelligence, but it was just mostly savage. Because I think he had like 2 words. It's like 2 words in the movie.
Yeah.
And I don't think they were Hulk smash.
No, stupid Banner. He said stupid Banner, and he also said Hulk smash.
Yeah, because honestly, if that was just their made up version for Universal, I actually like that version. Where he's basically just trying to live a peaceful life, and like I said, that's kind of like with the Bill Bixby version. He was trying not to become the Hulk, and when he became the Hulk, he kind of had somewhat a sense, and when he fought against Abomination, that movie. That's why I always love that movie. Now, I guess the more comic accurate one would be the Eric Bana one.
No, that's the least.
Really? Even with wasn't his father abusive and all that stuff?
Well, what Angst Lee got wrong was, it was the line was the madder Hulk gets, the stronger he gets.
Yeah,
and he scratched out stronger and wrote bigger.
Oh,
because remember he was like 40 feet tall.
But I said that when he was going against military, he's leaping. I love that. So I mean, like, you would have thought they would have with Ruffalo Hulk, they would have took those movies, what the best parts of those movies, and put it into what they're going to do with Ruffalo. But it felt like they just didn't care. At this point, Hulk was an afterthought. He was just there to smash Loki and then do for humor. That's one of the reasons I just didn't really care for the MCU after a while, because it just felt like I wanted to have certain characters, but I didn't like the direction they're going with them. But I don't know, like MCU right now, I've lost interest all of it completely. I don't know who knows what goes on, but anyway, though, we are going into the weeds here.
Oh, I'm on the verge of falling asleep because
I'm sorry. I won't talk anymore for you. I'll put.
What?
I won't talk anymore if I'm putting you to sleep.
No. No, that's. I'm not sleeping. I got like 4 hours last night.
Oh no, Jeff's on his bed. Now it's time to leave.
Wow. When Jeff brings out
phone.
When Jeff breaks out the cheesecake pose, it's time to go.
It's time.
Hey,
turn out the
let
light.
me take my shirt off. That'll be cheesecake, baby.
I have good news. The poster is in here. So it was $1 well spent.
I have good news too. I can kick easy over the ceiling.
I don't know how I'm going to get it out of here without damaging it, but it is in here.
MC let Ruffalo make a Hulk. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that word, but yeah. Avengers 1 Hulk was the best Disney ever did over Hulk. It was a downhill from there. Jonathan says, I thought Thunderbolts was fun. Actually, Zach said it was fun too.
Thunderbolts was different. I enjoyed it.
It was okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I definitely better than Brave New World, and probably overall I didn't have as many gripes with it as I did with Fantastic Four.
This
Superman
is right here. What he
is so
says
bad.
about the TV show is why I love that TV show and why I love the Norton version because it was mixing from that type stuff. So yeah,
Ding, ding, ding.
the Lonely Man song.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother and I have this ingrained memory of seeing the Ang Lee Hulk and laughing our heads off how goofy looking at the image of Hulk jumping from New York to the Sahara Desert was. It was so bad. Yo. But hey, we got a good Hulk game out of it. It was at
Ultimate Destruction.
Ultimate Destruction. So,
Hey, I have an autographed picture of Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk. My brother got it for me for my birthday a few years ago.
yeah, but I just want to say to the people, I'm not an MCU hater. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a Snyder fan. I'm not a James Gunn fan. I'm just a person that likes what I like, I have no agenda either way. I like Man of Steel a little bit more than I like the James Gunn. It doesn't mean that James Gunn's version is bad or the Man of Steel is better. I hate that people get so tribal over things. It's like enjoy what you like. I'm also a person that does not follow. Oh, the movie flops, therefore it sucks.
My favorite, the warehouse fight scene is the best Batman fight scene ever put on screen live action. That's my opinion.
Oh, the Batman in the warehouse. Yeah.
BVS, the warehouse Batman scene. That is the best Batman fight scene ever put on screen live action.
Right.
A book is old when it's advertising Avengers versus X-Men.
Speaking of that, we've been reading the X-Men versus Avengers on the channel. We read the first issue.
But it's not Avengers versus X-Men.
No, of course it's better.
Bang, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off so you guys won't be under any pressure.
Yeah, I've got to go too.
We're gonna end it here in a few seconds anyway.
No, we're not.
Got to go watch the first episode of Pacemaker.
Pace.
I'm with Jackson. I also like sleeping.
Yeah.
It's only 7:45 here, so and I don't go to bed until midnight. So.
All right. So anyway, I gotta do some last minute stuff as it is anyway. So, but it is a good time to wrap it up. We've been going for long as a basketball game.
Yeah.
The ones you actually
And we
watch,
have no male
not the
cheerleaders,
WNBA.
already.
So, dude, no problem, Jonathan. You're welcome to watch anytime. You said we're not a clique here, or as far as anybody can just join in with the fun. I don't care what your politics are, as long as you're polite. All right.
I don't care what your politics are as long as we can end this.
Green, I'm used to dealing with women nagging me.
Green, I'll be the jerk. I'll just leave now, and then when I take that bullet, then you can use that to come out the back door behind me.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow night for.
I will not make any jokes about back door behind you. So
for our Friday night comic book reading, where we get together and read together and just read a comic book. Not sure what we're doing, but that'll be around 8 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you then.
Zach used to read with us, but he's not cool anymore.
I was going back and look at some of this earlier stuff that you read with us, and I was like, wow, Zach used to be cool.
Who has the time? If we lived on Venus, then I've had all the time in the world. But we live on Earth.
Yeah, so as we always say to people who don't want to be cool.
And that's my cue to leave. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Get the apple off your face.